and welcome back to another incredible episode of SDS. I feel like this is a good table for this day. Listen, we hope you are enjoying this podcast. It is sponsored by... It's not sponsored by nobody, is it? It's sponsored by us. Let's say. No, I mean the family. No, I'll tell you who it's sponsored by. I'll tell you who it's sponsored by. It's sponsored by SDS FC, the Baller League Season 1 champions. Baller League Season 2 is about to begin this Monday, so make sure you are there in the building. The Green Army is back to defend their crown. Sitting next to me, I have a man who is the voice, or one of the voices, of SDS FC. How's El Faze is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Great guy.
Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. Welcome. How are you feeling? You good?
I feel good.
Today's a good day, I feel like, for you.
Amazing day.
Spirits are high. No cap today.
I retired the cap.
I mean, listen, the face are out.
Hey, man.
Hey.
For a couple of years.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, today, obviously, is a special episode.
It is a special episode.
So we've got a couple of special guests.
Can I introduce one? You introduce one?
Let's go for it.
You start.
Sitting across from me,
Right.
I have a man who is an OG in the space, a pioneer in the space, a familiar face, a familiar voice. It's Lawrence McKenna.
I got the text.
That was a good intro.
Welcome, brother. I'm a
Now-
professional.
And I'll wait for it.
Right.
And next to him, we have someone who was the greatest goalkeeper in Baller League Season 1.
Wow.
We have someone that could be potentially starting for Iraq national team if he wants it.
Wow.
We have someone that I call my Iraqi brother. Last season for one game was Yemeni, but season 2, you're full Iraqi. Baghdadi. My brother Hafiz!
You know when Hafid's around?
I have.
Feel
I smile.
safe.
I smile.
I feel safe.
And I smile as well.
I just feel safe.
I feel good.
Secure.
Yes.
I know nothing's going wrong.
Absolutely.
But we're here to talk about football.
Yeah,
and listen,
no,
actually,
it's
whilst you're
definitely-
here, let's start on some ball. How are you feeling about season 2?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. We're prepared, ready to go. Hopefully do back to back.
And you know what? We've actually had some changes at SDSFC. I'm sure some of you at home have seen the news. We have snakes in the camp. We have treachery in the arena. I don't even want to call him by his name. What do we call him now?
Haywan.
Squad player,
Nas.
fringe player,
Disgusting.
pregnant player.
Prick.
Wow. There's so many
Bomb
names.
player.
Whatever his name is. Abdullah.
That is enough. That's an insult to him.
I'm putting it out there. He ain't one of us no more.
He's disgusting.
Star player
Smell
has
player.
gone over to the NDL. Boo again. Boo again.
But you have to ask them for an amount. For a fee of absolutely nothing. We
Nothing.
gave them the star player.
He said, I want to be your kit man and kit cleaner. Personally smelling shorts after
Waterboy.
games.
Yes.
That's his job. Star player, I hope you enjoy that. You've made your bed, now lie in it. The war lines are drawn. Monday, we begin.
You're banned for SDS.
Banned. You won't be seeing stars anymore. I promise you that. As long as I'm on this table, you will never see stars here.
You guys are probably right
Yeah.
now. Yes, finally! No more bad takes.
But no, I'm actually looking forward to season 2. I can't lie. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I'm looking forward to those
Speaking
bad
of
takes.
which, actually, that's exactly why we brought you guys.
Yeah, I
on.
know.
We always
Now
feel
I
like-
get the phone call.
We always feel like the fans
Not
were
when
like,
we're
hey,
winning.
man.
Yeah, exactly. The line was very silent when the
Let's
title
say-
was being lifted.
This is the first of many, guys.
Right.
Let's make that.
It's a long
yeah?
trip from East to West
'Cause
London, so you better make it worth
We
it.
appreciate it, especially at this hour as
Yeah.
well. But we have to start there. Premier League roundup: Brentford 3, Liverpool 2. 4 losses in a row in the league now for Liverpool, and this is Liverpool are just the 4th reigning Premier League champions to lose 4 consecutive games after Leicester City. And it's not a great stat, is it? But talk to me on how you feel, not just on this loss, but also the last couple of losses, because I want to get your perspective on this season comparison to last season.
Well, no, if we're doing bad takes, can we hear what you've got?
Oh,
Can you please explain to me what happened against Brentford?
Right. What am I working with? What's,
No. I will tell you.
You wanna take
and
notes?
I've got enough.
yeah?
I've got enough to say about certain someone.
Yeah?
I'm never wrong. I'm just early.
Right.
So what are you
Is
saying?
this where we want to start?
You could also
we
say the
start
phrase,
here?
if you throw enough... Can I swear?
Yeah, of course.
If you throw enough shit at a
Don't
wall...
leave that.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I've been with Liverpool.
Yeah, you've thrown a lot
I've
of
been
shit.
throwing hella good things about. It's been more shit,
Yeah?
good shit,
Yeah.
diarrhea shit right there. Onslaught.
I don't know what that means.
I was right about you.
What does that mean, Kobe
Neither
Bryant?
do we.
Like, seriously.
Every single time I speak about Liverpool.
Yeah, you
some-
talk shit.
No, but now you're happy that it's stuck, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I feel good. I feel happy. I think all of you guys think I'm happy because of Real Madrid won. Hell no. Hell no. Onslaught. I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm very, very soon. Trust me. But just explain to me, and then I'll give you my answer about Onslaught X, Y, and Z afterwards. The stage is yours. The stage is yours, brother.
Hey, can one of you please put the subtitles in the
stage
bottom
is
of
yours.
what? Because I don't know if you understood that. I didn't understand a word of what you
The
said.
stage is yours.
I don't
You're the
think it
guest.
matters if I understood it. I don't think.
The stage, you're the guest. The stage is yours.
Okay, so
Talk to me about your feelings about the Brentford game.
you're asking about the Brentford game.
Yes.
Is what you two are asking about.
Let's start there.
I think there's a lot of symptoms which have kind of continued over the last 4 or 5 games. But I think a lot of people would say that if you were watching Liverpool games before that, which I'm assuming you watch most Liverpool games just because you're doing this and also similar.
Yeah, watch every 90 minutes.
Exactly.
apart if I'm playing.
Yeah, but even then he goes back. A lot of people, including myself, have kind of been calling out some of the, I guess, what we would consider to be last season tactical issues or kind of tactical frailties, which I think every team has. I think even Arsenal are top of the league. They're a very good side.
Yeah.
But you can still see there are tactical things they've got to work on because no system is flawless. There's just some things that are easier to exploit and some things
What
that
were
aren't.
they last season? If you,
I
can
think
remind us?
broadly we struggled with creativity when Trent wasn't in the team and just progressing the ball in a way which felt dangerous, should we say? And even when Trent was in the team, I felt like we didn't progress it as well as we should have, and we probably looked more defensively frail. And that was kind of something we, like a lot of us were kind of calling out, and we were talking about just the right-hand side of the defence. Allison was getting us out of a lot of very difficult situations. We were really quite
Which is
fortunate.
what we're going to touch on today.
Yeah. I mean, I want to hear from a goalkeeper about our goalkeeping situation. And then I think if you then want to progress to this season,
Yeah.
we're looking to move away from the 4-3-3 or that kind of, at least roughly that shape that we've had for, I mean, Brendan Rodgers and Jurgen Klopp play very different shapes, but they've all played 4-3-3 roughly. So we're really looking to radically change that. And I think we're looking to radically go towards a back 3 in inverted commas. I think Mark Gay probably would have helped a lot with that.
Yeah.
And I think you can maybe get a bit lost in like, is it a 3-5-2? What is it? But I think we're looking to make a defensive 3, a middle creative 3 to 4 players, and then guys who are transitioning up and down each side. So sometimes the defense will shuffle around. You'd have the 3, including Robbo or Kirkhead. Sometimes it'll shuffle around. Maybe Bradley looks a little bit more defensive. And then 2 guys who are very distinctive strikers. So Ekitike and Isak, who I think would start most games for a lot of people.
Yeah.
What I think is evidence of that is, first of all, I kind of observe that, and I can see that being the future system. But also, you can see Liverpool kind of enacting that, and when they look more comfortable. So you can kind of, I think, see the footprints of where they've been training and where players feel more comfortable now, and the spaces and the passing lanes that they look like they can find. So, yeah, I think it's that. But I think this Liverpool team's in a halfway house. I think we're halfway between the old idea and the new idea.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we've not got Isak 100%. And I think we should very much talk about like the coverage of Alexander Isak and the way that he's been treated online by a lot of people, because I think that's really important. And I also think we should talk about the way that people analyze teams and sort of, don't really give the insight they're meant to.
Now, Fez, do you think that system change that you touched on is because of Slot just wanting to implement his system?
No, that comes from the top. So that comes from Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes.
And with the signings that have come in over the summer.
Well, the signings that come in over the summer are also Richard Hughes, right? And I guess Arne Slot has kind of signed off on those. But, broadly, if you sign Kirkhead, you're not going to be upset. Broadly, if you sign Florian Wirtz, you're not going to be upset. Ekitike, I would not be upset. And the Isak transfer, I think, is one where you can maybe quibble over the amount of money, but that, there's an elite Premier League striker inside him.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and then Frimpong, I think, for some people, the jury's out. It's not so much for me. I feel like I can see very clearly what his output's going to be in the side. And I don't know.
And I think it helps Wirtz that, you know, he comes in to with Frimpong and Wirtz signing together, both Leverkusen players,
Yeah.
close friends as you can see in the camp. I think it helps. Like Frimpong played at City, so he's used to playing in, living in England. Wirtz coming here helps him settle in. So I think that was the idea
What do
behind that as
you
well.
feel like is the problem at the moment this season? Do you feel like the players aren't delivering up to their standards that they were last year as champions? Or do you feel like, as you kind of alluded to, slot system change and the signings coming in, there's an overhaul? Is Slot the problem, maybe, in terms of how he's kind of managed the players and managed the squad? What do you think is the problem
Be
this
real,
season?
be real.
I'm definitely going to be real. And I
Lie to them just for fun.
Yeah, let's just lie.
What I love
Should I
is
just
the amount of
gaslight?
shows I do where they go, be honest. And I'm like, what show are we not being honest?
honest,
What
yeah.
show do we go on and
Be
we go,
honest.
guys, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to lie.
Be honest.
Do you know what it is? Listen,
So I was hearing hella cap earlier. Be honest, please. Please, be
No.
honest.
He's stumbling over his words. You've got
no,
him.
listen.
Hella cap.
I think there is no definitive answer to like why we're not doing well. I think there's a string of different things, but obviously it's clear we're in a transitional phase. I thought we saw hints of that last year, but Salah was just overperforming. Trent, we had Trent there. He's a cheat code. Anytime you're in danger, you get the ball to Trent. We're on the attack, and he's in our defensive third. Like, it's just crazy. So I think we missed that a lot. I think we missed his creativity. Lawrence said. I think we saw hints of the back three last year because instead of Trent coming in and becoming inverted, you can back me up on this. We had Ryan Gravenberch dropping in as a third centre back.
Especially towards the end of the season. It
saw that
was
a lot,
either
right?
Gravenberch or it was Curtis Jones. It was like, they were the deepest of the players on the field. Yeah.
And you see that a lot. Like Curtis Jones, when he's on the ball, is very, very confident in possession. So is Gravenberch.
Wants to
They
dictate.
can both go past players with a body feint or whatever. They're the deepest players on the ball. So we kind of do see that. And he does try Gravenberch at centre-back as well, just to see what he's like. So
Pre-season, that was.
he's trying different systems. I think he's stuck in a rock in a hard place. I think, obviously, Wirtz is settling in. You got Isak that hasn't had a proper pre-season due to his conundrum of the saga he went through. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's
Because I
talk
don't feel
about
like anyone
that,
ever
'cause
talks about this.
You said
And
you wanted to touch on him.
I said we were on Saturday Social. Can we say who's in the room? Are we allowed to talk?
yeah.
Are you not meant to be here?
we don't know if we can say his name out loud.
Okay, fair enough. You shall not be named as in the room.
Yeah.
So there was someone I was on Saturday Social with a
Some
NPC, and
Even better.
yeah,
one that
right.
will not be
And he
named.
just nodded along with all of their takes, right? I feel like the coverage of Isak has been pretty Newcastle focused. So it's been talking about a club owned by the richest or one of the richest states in the world and one of the richest groups, even by proxy. PIF. Even if you don't want to talk about the people who really own it, let's talk about the other people who really own it.
Yeah.
Speaking as if they are the victims of a 26, 27-year-old player who was very clear, apparently, from a lot earlier than June or July that he wanted to leave the club with the club.
Yeah.
It
Or
was
that,
even agreed.
or that if they didn't achieve certain things, that then he would be allowed to at least explore
Contract
options.
situation, I remember, yeah.
And there was a contract situation, all this kind of stuff. And he had 3 years left in his contract. And you'd be very right to kind of hold people to their contract. But I think that the people who were talking about, the contract is signed. I was like, so the contract is the most important thing in football. Is the contract the only thing that matters? And that's the only element that you care about at your football club? Because I think the second that you're pointing to the contract, going, well, this clause here says that you have to do X, Y, Z, you're already reaching. That player's already halfway out the door. And emotionally, you've lost that guy. And I know when I think back to Coutinho, I look at Isak and I see shades of the Torres situation when it was very clear that he really enjoyed playing at that club, but they were just not fulfilling what it was that he was going to do. And he saw the trajectory. He was never going to go where he needed him to go. And he wanted to go to a place where he thought he was going to achieve something. But actually the trauma of leaving Liverpool mixed with Torres had other things which were going on in his life at the time. But like the trauma of leaving Liverpool and the kind of emotional fallout of that was very heavy.
Yeah.
And I think the abuse that he got online was completely unwarranted. I think broadly in the next 5 to 10 years, we will hear the words player power said a lot more. We'll hear about how the NBA and the NFL and all these guys, the players are empowered.
Wissa and all these other guys who...
and that they are symbols of people who are young, powerful, if you want to bring his race into it, young, powerful black men who are images two people out there that can go out there and be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
And they've got a bunch of Telegraph readers telling them what the fuck they should be doing with their lives. I just see hypocrisy in that. Because I also see that there were people lecturing Liverpool about booing Trent or saying he's one of our own or whatever, and therefore feeling disappointed. And then the next turn saying, but he's like, he has to train with them and it's his own fault and all these kind of things. Well, the one voice that ever stepped out in public, not the people who covertly fed things to the Sun or fed things to those guys or the Telegraph or whatever else it is, was Eddie Howe. And I don't remember Eddie Howe ever throwing Alexander Isak under the bus.
No,
because he knew the reality of the situation was not about a player throwing his toys out the pram. It was the reality of the situation was that the club had a good idea of where that player wanted to be and how the player felt about the club. And the fact is that there are now people trying to drag his name even now at Liverpool, and there are men older than me. You should call me middle-aged.
Unk.
Right? Unks who write for national newspapers as the correspondent in that area, alleging that he threw games towards the end of the season.
I saw that,
Do you realise how mad that is? That these people call themselves journalists and they're saying things like, this guy threw games. And I think we can't just sit here and say that's not going to have an emotional impact on someone, and that having your name dragged online, especially when you're that young, isn't going to have an impact on someone. And especially when I think if you trust a club or you trust those people, and suddenly those guys are throwing you under the bus, that would give me real issues too.
What about,
you got, I know it's a star player thing is funny, whatever. But if tomorrow you said, "Oh, I want to go and do the club," or "I want to go and do pitch side," or whatever, I wouldn't be thrilled about that. But what are you meant to then get out there and drag your name? Is that fair?
I see what you mean. So what do you think about the Mo Salah treatment as well? After the game against Frankfurt, everyone, of course, he didn't start that game, and people saying he shouldn't be starting afterwards.
Yep.
And that pass, he should have passed the words, and he had to delete his IG.
He didn't have to. He didn't have to do anything, but he did.
And everyone wasn't happy. What do you think of that then? Because it's kind of Salah is your greatest ever Premier player, with Steven Gerrard, of course.
Gerrard, yeah.
But you guys treated him massive, on social media, of course. It was disgusting.
Yeah, but the club didn't put anything out. I didn't drag Salah. I can understand why Salah would act this way. I think we're looking at a man who's still grieving the loss of a teammate and a close personal friend. Okay. And I mean, you could say you've got a lot of people around you who would advise you. I think if that's Salah making an emotional decision, I would hope that someone around him would go, "You're emotional right now. Like you need support." My take on Salah right now is if he is going through something, then remove him from the limelight and don't put him through under the pressure. Don't say to him you have to perform in these circumstances, and remove him from games. Not because he's not. It's nothing to do with performances. I'm sure there will be an impact on that, but to do with actually caring about the people that perform and represent our club. That's important to me. That's way more important to me.
I've got a couple questions.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
The game against Brentford, there was a couple of... Listen, I've been very on Onslaught. I haven't been a fan of him this season in terms of his in-game management, his tactics and X, Y, and Z.
What in particular is sort of
I think his in-game management has been cheeks. To say it in very simple words.
Specifically?
I'm going to give you just the last game itself. I'm going to give you the most recent example. The game against...
The Brentford game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Curtis Jones was your best player in the first half. Can we all agree this? I think he's been your most... The first half, he was your most involved player.
Szoboszlai was our best player, I think.
I don't think so. I think Curtis Jones was your best player.
Okay.
You can put Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones...
But that's a smokescreen because he touches the ball so much. He's very attracted to go get the ball.
But he was the most involved player trying to make something happen.
I hear what you're saying, but he is on the ball a lot. When Liverpool play, a lot of the ball goes to Curtis Jones because he's always trying to get the ball. Like I've seen him pick the ball off someone's feet. Like Konate's got the ball, he'll let me take that. You know what I mean? That's why it looks like he's the most influential player, as you would say. But there was other Wirtz was involved. Szoboszlai,
Gakpo.
Carry on.
I think Curtis Jones, amongst Szoboszlai and Wirtz, I think Curtis was your best player.
Okay.
Taking him off in the 60, 70 minute was a bad move. Another move was Wirtz going off for Joe Gomez, which, again, I don't understand. We can go back in previous games where he's failing to recognise how much Kesa is an important member to the team. The game against Chelsea is 2-2. You're bringing Endo and not an attacking midfielder or a striker with Kesa. Real is both available. I think his in-game management this season has been very poor. Very poor. And I think tactically, hey, man, I think you're starting to see it.
What are you starting to see? What are you starting to see? What are you starting to see?
What is it? You have a lovely smile, but I think a lot of your words are just a very broad social strokes.
Do you not think
I don't.
that in a couple months,
Yeah.
we might see Comunicado Oficial?
From Real Madrid.
The onslaught is no longer the Liverpool manager.
Right. Well, the way that happens would be if Liverpool have found what they were considered to be a better option. And if Arne Slot probably himself feels as if, A, the dressing room has got away from him, which I think is probably one of the only ways that you get into that kind of situation, or he feels it's like he has let the club down in some capacity. And I would say at this point, the reason that we feel he is safe now, because he, A, has credit in the bank from last season's title, but B, he's been asked to transition this side into the next step. And there are some very clearly transitional players in there, i.e. Mo Salah, who will not be in this team next season, who, if you look tactically at their game, there are a number of players trying to make up tactically for Salah's, let's not call them deficiencies, but Salah's in-game preferences, where he doesn't want us to track back, or he wants to do X, wants to do Y. And the time when I saw Salah step up was actually, if you want to talk about in-game management, when he put Salah more centrally as one of the two strikers. And guess what the shape was? 3-5-2. So if we're talking about in-game management, I think, again, this halfway house, this transitional season, whatever you want to call it, is very relevant. And maybe you could say, well, Liverpool have spent 400 million in the summer. I think that's really relevant. If you buy 400 million pounds worth of talent,
I feel like will always
there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
Okay, so 130 million, whatever you want to call it, of Isak is not on the pitch on that day. Kirkez is playing.
Don't get me started on that guy.
I mean, don't get me started on that guy. I don't think there's.
Do get started.
I mean, okay.
I want to hear.
I mean,
I think we've been crying out for a Robbo replacement because he's been such a great servant to the football club for so many years. You could probably agree that one of our best ever left backs. But
he's one of the best ever Premier League left backs. Let's not overlook that.
100%. Robbo has been unbelievable for the last 10 years or so. But
Have you been surprised by Kirkez though?
from
Surprised in
watching
what
him last year and being in the Premier League team of the season, I thought we've won ready-made replacement for Robbo. But it's clear that it's clear that Robbo needs to play. I think he brings more balance to the defense, so that experience that we need, that we're lacking. I think he helps Van Dijk out a lot. I think when Kirkez plays, he was used as a counter-attacking left-back last year, and he was bombing up and down the line. Into space. And you're asking him to do the inverted thing. You're asking him to play the passes that Trent would play or Robbo played the other day to Ekitike for him to score. I don't think that's his bag. I think he overlaps. I think he needs to find a balance with Gakpo in terms of overlapping him. I see it all the time, Gakpo cutting in on his right foot when
There's no chemistry between them.
There is no chem between them two.
To be fair, on the weekend was maybe the first time we saw some of that movement and chemistry. And I mean, the goal was kind of bundled in. I don't really want to call that a repeatable system of getting the ball into the net. But technically, that was him underlapping. Yeah, that wasn't him overlapping. That was him underlapping. And there were a couple of times where you could clearly see he was overlapping. And I thought the problem was actually then what he was seeing in the box. There was no one there on the other end. And if you're looking out there and you're seeing Ekitike, it's quite easy to mark one guy. The ball was basically going over everyone, and then Salah's just at the back post. But that's not what Kirkez wants to be looking for when he's the left back getting into that space.
Do you feel like you're defensively too easy to play against this season? And obviously, as you mentioned, Robbo, Trent, they've been a unit for the past 4 or 5 years. It's going to be difficult to replace that. But then you add on top of that, Alisson, who's obviously gotten injured, Mamardashvili's come in. What have you made of him so far? And also, you wanted to talk on
Can I ask you about Mamardashvili?
Yeah, of course.
How many goals have you seen Mamardashvili concede where, in your mind, even if we don't want to publicly acknowledge it, you've gone, Alisson saves that?
Yeah, a few definitely, but at the same time,
Second,
yeah, that's what I was going to mention.
And I've got to be honest, I don't like saves for the camera, and there are a few saves for the camera that I think Mamardashvili makes.
How far apart Konate and Virgil were, where were the fullbacks? It's just sometimes it seems like when teams just get at you guys, it's just so easy to almost cut through you. 1 or 2 passes, you're in behind.
I think. Do you want to talk goalkeeper and then talk about the centre backs?
I just want to start by saying it happens to us a lot that players get chances against us, as you probably agree. We have Alisson that saves so much, especially in them 1v1 situations that we concede a lot. He saves, I think, 8 out of 10. And the 2 that go in are like lucky ones.
World
like,
class. Isak strikes.
Yeah, like Isak or world class. But like the second goal yesterday, guy goes in, Konate's running back.
Poor awareness as well by Konate.
Poor awareness, fair enough. He should know
also
where
just
his man is, right? He stops, but usually he will stop. Alisson saves us. And then we get 2-2, and then it's not that bad, is it? Oh, we stopped the rut. But yeah, there is like the goal against United in Wemo, the first one, it goes through his hands. I think Alisson smothers and saves. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's been a good goalkeeper so far. He's coming. It's a hard job to come in and live up to the expectations that Liverpool fans set for Alisson. I think Kelleher was very similar to Alisson. He makes this very similar saves. He looks very calm and relaxed. Losing him was a big miss, I think. But like, again, we're transitioning, trying different things.
You know how you're saying you're trying different things in X, Y, and Z? You both Liverpool fans. What is your for the rest of November before AFCON comes and Salah goes away X, Y, and Z?
Which I think is a blessing in disguise.
What is your best starting 11? So Arnslot, he's not going to get sacked.
Starting 11.
What is your best start? I don't get it. What is your best starting 11 for Liverpool in November? Because
That's available.
That's available.
Right.
Because I think Isak, I've seen reports, Isak will be back after your Carabao game. I think he'll be back before Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So
Let's see.
Because it seems like Slot doesn't even know his best 11.
That's
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
my
What do
issue.
you guys
I think he does.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he's being, I think he's being a little bit hard.
I like that. So what do you think Slot's best 11 is before you get to yours?
Well, I think my best 11 would probably be whatever Slot thinks is the best 11.
So you guys are both wrong then?
Huh?
You guys are both wrong then?
Well, you don't know what my tactical adjustments are like during a game.
Okay, tell me then. Mr. FM legend?
Well, goalkeeper has to be Mamedashvili, unless we're going for like
Freddie Woodman.
Woody or someone, yeah. I'd say play 2 centre-backs, so obviously Konate and Van Dijk. Who do you prefer at right back?
At this current moment of time, I know he's tried Szoboszlai there, but we miss him so much when he plays right back. I think he's trying to replicate the Trent effect because he's got that passing range. He's got those passes and he's good
Set
up and
pieces,
down.
yeah.
He's okay defensively, similar to Trent. But I'd go with Bradley.
Me too.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
So I'll go with Bradley because I think he gets on well. I think he's available more than Frimpong is.
That's a good shout.
Joe Gomez is very. I think Joe Gomez is
always done a
massively
job when he's
overlooked.
gone in there.
But I think
He's never let us down, ever.
Never. Right back, left back.
The only time Joe Gomez has ever let us down is in Naples. And in Naples, it was probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen anyone given the Liverpool shirt. And I was sat in the crowd. And it was, he gave away 2 goals away. And it was, I was bad. But that was a bad season.
Yeah, that was bad. But for the most part, reliable. Played left back, centre back, right back. Never, you know.
Centre midfield at one
Centre
point.
mid, yeah.
Who would you play at left back? Would you personally, if we go Bradley, I would kind of go Robbo.
Nah, I'm going Robbo now, just off the experience, just giving us a little bit more balance.
And the trauma of Kirkers.
I think if you there has to be a point where we do just commit to Kirkes and we go, look, you're the guy. But I think Kirkes is currently struggling from the pressure of playing the left back next to Van Dijk. And I also think, I've got to be honest, like I think there's a lot of times where he looks forward and he doesn't particularly see what it is that his goal is, to like what his end result is going to be. Because I think tactically we're getting cancelled out on that side.
Do you know who he kind of reminds me of? Do you remember Cucurella, first season at Brighton?
Totally agree.
Where he was like, oh my God, he's ready for a big move. Then he goes to Chelsea. And it was like, oh, this guy is not good at all. And I remember Malo Gusto was playing left back. Reece James was playing left back. They were doing anybody but Cucurella. And then he hit like one purple patch of form. And it was,
And the
he
summer
never
with
looked
Spain.
back
Ever
since.
since.
The summer with Spain came along. And now people talk about him like he's one of the world's best left
Because
backs.
he is. He's
So
a
I
really
think
good left back.
Kirkes could go through that kind of thing.
I agree.
Where you maybe have to take him out of the limelight, let him kind of almost study Robbo, if you like, for a few months. And then at some point give him that lease of
Fabinho
life.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Thiago.
But then midfield, who would be your ideal midfield? Because that's when the area where I feel like it gets a little bit. Because Jones has come back into form now. You've got
love
Wirtz,
Jones.
the big money signing. You've got Szoboszlai, as you said, you want to keep in the midfield.
Let's
Then
see
you've
this.
got Gravenberch, who's been your best player.
So can I hear what your midfield would be? Just because if I feel like you know,
Available, though.
yeah,
For the month of November.
Yes.
if that's
I
what your
would-
parameter is, yeah.
No, before, of course, AFCON. To be fair, none of the midfielders are going to AFCON anyway. It's just Salah. which, by the way, saying the best in disguise is kind of crazy, but that's fine.
Is that kind of crazy?
3 midfielders.
In this form, no.
I know, but
In this form.
the 3 midfielders, I would have
Yeah.
Gravenberch. I would have the same midfielders last season, basically.
Okay. So you'd have Mac,
Sob.
Grav, Sobo.
Mac in this form.
Do you think it's form that's the issue for McAllister?
I think just this season he has just looked a mile off it.
he
and
just
I don't
looks
think
tired.
So. I think, I agree. I think he's tired. And I
People were
think
saying he hadn't had a pre-season.
He hadn't.
So it's like I thought it was maybe he's lacking fitness, not tired.
I think he looks a little bit exhausted from last year. And he was doing a lot of the work last year in that midfield. I also think we're moving again. Like, it's difficult to say this, but I think the system is moving on from having McAllister in particular as that kind of profile. I think they're asking for a different thing from that left-sided part of the pivot. And my instinct says I don't particularly think Slot wants the profile that McAllister is. And I actually also don't think he particularly wants the profile that Gravenberch is. I think he wants 2 people who are ball progressing midfielders, where not necessarily where they're always carrying. And that's why I actually do prefer Zobo and Curtis Jones, because both of them, as we saw with like the 96% successful pass rate against Frankfurt, and to an extent, I don't think they were really to blame on the weekend against Brentford. They progressed the ball in the way that I think he wants.
Yeah.
And I would say it's good to have those rotational elements with someone like Gravenberch. And let's be honest, I don't think Liverpool want to play the same way in every game right now. I think we want to play similar ways, but I think we do want to be able to rotate. And I do think we do want to be able to change the structure of our midfield. And then we're rebuilding around Florian Wirtz. Like, there's no point in buying Florian Wirtz if you're not going to rebuild around him. It's that simple.
so. Your midfield is basically Curtis, Szoboszlai, and Wirtz. Is that the same as you?
That'd be me as well.
Okay.
Damn, no Gravenberch.
Well,
No, but he's injured.
yeah, he's injured, so that's part of our decision made for us.
But if he's back healthy, would you still play?
I'd probably.
I think it
start
depends on the
Grav.
game.
Yeah, on the game, maybe I'd probably start him over Jones, but just depends. Like I think Carragher say that Jones maybe should have started against United because he's a Liverpool boy and it means a lot to him and things like that, and just like that personal kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like you said, maybe it's on the game.
What do you lot do with the forward situation? Because obviously you've got Ekitike coming
Quite simple for me.
You've got Isaac
too.
as well, who's the big money signing, and you can't doubt his quality, even though he's off form at the moment. But do you go for a front 2? Do you push Ekitike wide? What do you do?
It's the same. I'm guessing, just predicting, it's the same front trio as Frankfurt. I'm guessing for you guys.
We should be Isak, Ekitike,
Gakpo.
Gakpo.
And Cody. I'm guessing for you guys.
I mean,
No Salah.
Yeah, because
me-
he said blessing this guy, so I'm guessing he doesn't want to. I mean, clearly.
Well, it's not necessarily about want. I think a lot of people, especially when I've had a few of these kind of conversations with lots of different people now, and everyone's trying to frame it as if the only way to approach this is everything is a problem. And I think broadly, you're not going to see Slot approach Salah on the bench as a problem. You might see Salah approach Salah on the bench as a problem, and you might see people who are not Liverpool fans trying to frame everything as an issue. But people are constantly looking for what is the problem here. And if you want to label Salah a problem, then I think it's slightly misguided. But I just don't think he's one of the starting 11 in the system that we're trying to play, and I think that's fair enough.
I think we're having main character syndrome issues at Liverpool. He's been the guy, innit?
I understand that.
He's been the guy. Mo
That
Salah.
is Real Madrid last season.
He's been the guy, and then now
To an extent.
you go and get Ekitike, big ego. You can see how confident he is in himself. Then Isak,
He's
130.
delivering on it.
But he's delivering. And then it's just right now for me, you start the same front 3 as Frankfurt because it worked.
I mean, it's Frankfurt, Ak.
I mean,
It's Frankfurt,
I think the Frankfurt thing.
the high line of Frankfurt.
Well, I mean,
it worked.
I just think they just don't have the balance, and they're defensively they just weren't up to it. But that's a different thing, isn't it?
Would you start that exact same team against Real Madrid at Anfield
Yeah.
in the next in a week?
That's interesting,
A week?
actually. Your next couple of
About,
fixtures.
about 14 days.
Villa,
something like 2 weeks.
Villa, Real Madrid, and then City.
Yeah.
You start that team against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You're starting. You're starting. The back four. What's the back four again?
Bradley, Van Dijk, Konate,
Say what, you're getting
Robbo.
cooked, man.
Yeah, Robbo.
Well, like just Mbappe and Vinny.
Mbappe and Vinny. And so who are you saying we should start?
So you're starting that same team and that same midfield against Real Madrid.
The only person I might change would possibly be Kirkes.
You're starting a Champions League game, without Mohamed Salah against Real Madrid.
Sorry, so do you think that Mo Salah has stepped up against Real Madrid to the point where you would start him in this? What's your proof for starting him?
I think, last game, the last two games at Anfield where you lost 5-2 and you won 2-0, Mo Salah was decent in both games.
Right, so are you saying now that the tactics in those games are the same tactics we're going to play in this game?
My brother, you said, should I start Mo Salah against Real Madrid in previous games? I'm stating the last 2 games he played against my team.
No, you brought that up. I didn't say that.
I'm asking you, why are you not playing Mo Salah? Is it based...
Those words haven't come out of your mouth until just now.
Why are you not playing him against Real
Did he say why would you not start Mo Salah?
But hold on, Lawrence, hang on.
Okay.
We've turned a corner maybe. He scored yesterday. It was a decent goal.
A great goal.
It was a great goal, right?
A great finish.
We might be turning a corner here.
No
with
one's
this
doing that in
form.
your team.
Well, so the only reason you would start Mo, I think, is if you don't consider Isak to be fit. And I also think that if I start Mo, it's not going to be in the what you would consider to be the Mo Salah profile. It would be as one of the more central players. I wouldn't have him coming out from wide against Real Madrid. I just don't think that's a smart idea. And you could see why very clearly against Brentford. I just don't think at the moment he feels confident in taking people on. Or if he is confident in taking them on, I don't think we see an end product from it. I think that's fair enough. He stood in the middle of the box and scored a goal that a striker scores. Not an inside winger, not a 10. He scored a goal in a strike. What are you disagreeing with that?
My brother, if Isak tried to control that first touch, he would have gone back to Newcastle. That first touch was an incredible first touch.
It was, yeah.
Hey, Isak ain't making that touch. Like, listen, I can't
don't
lie.
do that.
Hey,
don't do
but
that.
that doesn't go against
my
I'm
arguments.
smelling and like some hatred here. I don't know what it is.
For who?
For Mohammed. It feels
guy's
like
so
you're
dumb.
out here telling me, oh, it's a blessing in disguise. That was the first cherry on top. I was like, raw. Yeah, like, where is he going with this?
You gotta make the banana split to put the cherry on top. I haven't made
I'm
any
gonna be
other
real.
case.
I'm gonna be real.
No, I'm
I
gonna call
feel
you out
like-
here. I think genuinely there is an agenda that you have that you want to see everyone fit into, and you're just trying to get laughs from the room when actually it's not that
Laughs in
funny.
the room.
Yeah.
Yo, my brother, you started with Mo Salah. I was just asking questions.
You asked me for a lineup, and when we didn't put him in, you then had an issue with that. So don't tell me that dropping Mo Salah from the lineup is some sort of controversial view, because within the Liverpool community, there is no controversial view about that. Liverpool fans are currently saying, we understand there is a change in our shape, and I would much rather go to what we are training and what we're going towards than go back to compromising and trying to somehow get a halfway house with Salah in there. It's no one is adding anything else of he's past it or whatever else it is, or his head's in Saudi or whatever that is. I don't care about that stuff. Maybe it's relevant, but it's not relevant to my starting 11 right now. What's relevant to my starting 11 is Ekitike, Isak and Gakpo are all very good performing players who I think would be much more effective against your formation than Mo Salah, who frankly came on against Frankfurt, looked pretty good, and then when we shifted him in the game against Brentford, also looked pretty good. I would much rather have that Mo than a starting Mo in a halfway house.
Can I ask you a question? Are you starting Vinny, Mbappe in Mo Salah's form for your club?
I mean, that's what Vinny and Mbappe did last season.
But are you starting them?
But that didn't go well for you.
If you have...
Welcome to Real Madrid of this is what I'm saying. But the thing is, my point is, I understand where you're coming from. I would maybe start Mo till AFCON, because AFCON is going anyway.
Yeah, but what's the logic behind starting him until AFCON? Like, is it because
I don't see
because
anyone...
I just called it a blessing in disguise, and then you're saying you start him until AFCON. But what's the reasoning behind that?
I want to see, because that's okay. I'm giving him one final month,
right?
Because at the moment I feel like I'm going towards the W word. Washed, wallah, man.
Oh, bro, don't do this. Don't what?
No.
Hear me out.
You're shaking.
Hear me out.
Why do you want this so
It's
bad?
upsetting you. I don't understand.
It is upsetting me.
Why?
Because that's
Let
my
me ask,
guy.
what have you got against Egyptians?
Get me in here.
But I feel like you've got one final month. You might as well. You got one final month. Let's see how it goes. I don't know. I don't. Your front three, I don't think it's going to work out in the long run. I guess.
What's
know,
the long run?
I get what you're saying. The system. I'm gonna be real. The system, what you're saying, I ain't seeing it. And the onslaught thing,
What do you mean? As in you haven't seen it play, or as in you can't see that playing for Liverpool?
I'm not seeing what you're saying in terms of having that 2-strike formation, which changes into the 3-5-2. I don't think it will work out for you. I think by the end of the season, which we've heard a couple people say, and X, Y, and Z, I feel like I agree. Arsenal is not going to get sacked. He's got the pep. He's got money in the bank from last season. But I feel like...
I don't think it's money in the bank. I think he's literally that he's been told this is what you're transitioning towards. It's not necessarily a choice. This is something we've decided as a group because it's about Richard Hughes. I mean, he's a sporting director, whatever you want to call him. He's making decisions as much as Arne Slot is making decisions. Which is why Arne Slot does not say... I wanted this guy. He says we wanted that profile,
and historically,
is doing a lot of that heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm. Historically, Richard Hughes performs. Bournemouth. You know, when he was
that's as far back as that history goes.
Listen. At Bournemouth, look at the players. Wait. Let me land. Bournemouth. Bournemouth. Recently, he's done really well when he's gone to places, become sporting director. Look at all the players that have come out of Bournemouth. Look how well they've been doing. Look at the manager. Look, do you know what I'm trying to say?
benefited from that.
So we actually play a little game with you two.
Well, maybe not with us.
We're gonna so far hit or miss with your new signings.
I love this.
I think this is interesting because I don't understand how we're meant to call some certain people hits or misses. And it's
Just start the game, man. Stop complaining, man. Just start the game, bro.
In terms of just what you've seen so far, in terms of
enjoy the game.
So far, yeah.
Enjoy the game. It's an enjoyable game.
Has to ruin everything. Just listen though. Yalla, ask.
So hit or miss, Milos Kerkez. Hit or miss? Miss,
but I don't understand what you're getting out of that.
It's just a game.
Yeah, but
Frimpong.
what's the reason? What's the point of the game?
To see if the signings so far are hits or misses.
Oh, not even 10 games in.
I mean, 11
losses already.
Yeah.
Right. So what you mean is play the game to dunk on us, but I don't understand what that is, though.
It's not to dunk on you. It's literally to gauge
look
the
at
new
this
signings so far. How are they doing?
But that I don't see what that is relevant. We're talking about mapping out the rest of the season, and we're talking about Liverpool changing systems, all these kind of things.
There's a party killer on that. Stop the game, man.
It just meant to be something fun. We just end the segment on it.
No, play it.
No, let's go. What was the next?
Frimpong was the next one.
Go on.
Hit or miss?
I mean,
He's been plagued with injuries. He's not played enough for us to even be
the
able to tell.
3 games he's played.
3 games.
TK.
Okay, hits.
Hey, we got one here. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he's been a hit, but like, come on.
And then Isaac and Wirtz.
I personally have quite enjoyed watching Wirtz
play,
a lot
I
of the
think-
time,
yeah,
and I think a lot of
it's
his
a hit.
out of possession stuff is actually quite strong.
Isaac?
I think it's a hit.
How many games has Isaac actually
played like-
started?
I think he's played like 4 or 5.
Do you think
4 or
Isaac
5
is the right
games.
signing?
Yeah, he's a proven Premier League striker.
Do you think you should have maybe spent the money on Rodrigo on the left-hand side and have Rodrigo?
No, because I think that Rodrigo was purely going around and looking for more money from your guys, and multiple people from multiple clubs told me, and this is verbatim from my source at Man City, we do not think he's looking for another club. We think he is looking to get more money out of Real Madrid. And what did he do? Stayed. That multiple people took meetings with Rodrigo, and multiple people from different clubs said to me that he did not want to leave that club.
I won.
Well, listen, credit.
It's a fun game, though, isn't it? It's a fun game. And has it been a hit or a miss so far for you guys? No, hit or miss. Hit or miss.
I need that 100 mil, man.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Has he been a hit or a miss this season for you?
I mean, you better play it.
Oh, sorry. So that's
He's a miss.
He's a miss. Why are you ruining the party?
You know,
Well played. That's 1-0 now.
Credit to Brentford, because I feel like Keith Andrews as well. Unproven manager start of the
Brilliant.
season.
Brilliant,
He's
yeah.
got a couple of big results. West Ham last week.
Coyote. Oh, my God.
Coyote as well with the
That throw.
Do you know what? The throw-in's coming back in.
I was gonna say that.
I feel like this
When did we
season-
allow towels again?
Because I feel
I
like
don't know.
every team now has, we've got Danso, every team has like a designated long thrower,
yeah.
and it's like, get it into the box and pack it in.
Maybe
Rory
that's the
Delap
problem.
is
Maybe
somewhere
that's why I got
smiling.
Kirkes.
I think that it's changing. Football changes all the time in small areas, so
Yeah.
that's one of the areas that I think a lot of teams are shifting to. The long throws, they're looking at set pieces, set piece coaches. I think there's a lot of intricacies in things like that before.
Right.
It was just little things,
We've already seen that lot master corners.
Arteta!
Please.
Stay away, man.
I don't need that one. I
can't wait for them to win the NFL. Their set plays are absolutely incredible.
Insane.
He needs a bonus.
Basically,
That needs
whoever
a
takes the
bonus.
corner is like,
Special
49,
teams.
82, hey, and then the ball goes in, and they're like, touchdown! And it's like, wow, you guys done incredibly in this game.
Well, listen, before we move on to the next game, I think we're going to do a substitution here. I know we have important business tomorrow.
Yes.
So you know what? I want you to
no
go
problem.
home, get some rest.
Get your family to kick some footballs at you.
Let's bring whoever you
super
want.
sub in. Yeah, I mean,
Up and down.
appreciate you for your
Super
time.
My brother.
No problem,
W's in the
bro.
chat for
W's in the
Hafed.
chat.
W's in the chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice to meet you, man.
Hafed.
Take care.
Good luck this season.
I'll see you soon, brother.
See you tomorrow.
Take care,
See
brother.
you tomorrow.
Super sub. Here we go.
You're going inside here.
Yeah, of course, that's fine. Yeah. All right. Who do you want to man mark? Because I feel like I've got him right now. I want him. Yeah.
Today, this is a good duel right here.
It's a
You
mismatch.
don't understand. Normally, me and Faisal, we go back and forth.
It's
quite
a
lot.
mismatch, man.
I feel like my job is kind of done today.
I was trying to help you. I just felt like, I was just softening him up
course,
for
but then
bringing him
help.
in.
Okay.
Well, listen, let's move on to some more positive news, shall we? Manchester United
Hey!
4, Brighton 2.
You've
and
been hammering him out.
Huh?
Well, you can't just cheer it now. It's true. Anyone can get it.
Hold on. So, if you don't think a manager is good enough for your football club, you can't be happy when your football club wins.
I think that you should. I think that there is support, and then there is support, and I think that maybe.
No, hold on. He just said a word. That doesn't make any sense. No, we're not doing this. That doesn't make any sense. Let him finish what he's going to say. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I think there was a short-sightedness that in the community broke out a little bit, and I understand why you were skeptical of him, and I understand the Amorim skeptics.
Yeah.
But I also feel like in that period when there was the patience was gone, I don't quite understand what the alternative was, and I think everyone should have just gone and doubled down on Amorim. And ultimately, you might still be proven right, by the way, because
hold
3
on.
wins in a row
Let's
is
go back to
very
what I said. Hold on.
Factors.
But my initial question was, if I don't believe in the manager, does that mean that I shouldn't enjoy my team winning football games?
No. But
So then, yay, let's go, man. 3 wins in a row. 3 wins in a row.
at the same time,
Yeah.
I also think that I think there were multiple people who went, well, I see where this is going. And I was I didn't know why you were looking at it and not seeing that they would get to this point. Like, I was did you think he'd lost the dressing room? Or like, what did you think was
I
going on?
didn't think we were
going
to get to this point because we went almost a year without winning back-to-back games.
But that was
So-
that was one of those like stupid stats that people are kind of like, people are doing this 4 things, people are doing the 4 games in a
For
row.
me,
where
it's
Liverpool
not
lost.
stupid. If you, at the end of the day, look, a project, you build around a manager, you buy players for a manager, all of that is true. But at the end of the day, we're still talking about elite level sport. And the name of the game is still to be competitive and win games. And I think one thing that people keep saying is like, were you expecting Amorim to win 40 games in his first 40 games? Or
No, but that's straw man in you.
No, not at all. I never had expectations that Amorim was supposed to come in. And in fact, if you go back to my early content, I was very positive about Amorim and I was giving him a lot of patience. I didn't expect whatsoever for his first season to be an overwhelming success. In fact, I thought it was very harsh on him to come in halfway through, didn't have any signings, etc., etc. I backed off him the first season, but for me, going into this next year, buying all these players, then the manner that we lost against Grimsby, and then the manner that we lost against Brentford, for me, it started getting out of hand in a way
But
that
Onana was the reason you lost against Grimsby.
we should have been down 4-0 in that Grimsby game.
No, but at least
Listen, we'll talk Amorim, but
Yeah,
is it a
Lawrence,
conversation on
keep
the
going.
season or on the game?
Well, I mean,
We can,
depends-
I
you're
mean,
the host.
let's break it the game, and then we can get into how the season has gone and what my stance is on Amorim going forward.
I think
Is
that's
that
a
okay?
much better structure. You should have controlled that conversation better.
Let me
then.
do a he tried.
Now I'm getting attacked.
I don't know what you talked about star player, to be honest. I realized this is
I'm gonna ask
That's what I said. I can't. I thought we were doing a double team.
I'm going to ask a nice high
We'll
40
just wait for
question
that.
between the two. Do you feel like Amarim's players are now starting to understand the system, or do you feel like he's changed it a little bit over
I think
the
a
last
little bit
couple
of
weeks?
both, to be honest with you. I 100% give credit for Amorim. I'm not one of those people that every game we win now, the players won it.
Yeah.
I think he has tweaked things, but I also think that the players now look a little more comfortable, especially receiving the lines when you talk about the number 10s. But I think a big thing that Amorim has changed for us is our shape out of possession. Numerous, and our build-up as well, too. Because
Yeah.
last season, a big thing with Amorim and the way we want to play out is we go down the wings. And more often than our wing backs end up receiving it on the touchline, and all of a sudden there's a defender right in front of them, which means that we have to go back, and then the ball ends up circulating between center back to center back to center back, ends up going back to Onana. He lumps it forward, and we lose the ball. Our build-up was shocking last season. This year, if you look at Man United's statistics, especially since Senna Lemons came in, which I give him credit for, we're going direct a whole lot more now. We're
Yeah.
going directly long to the big man in Benjamin Sisko, which suits us at the moment. Now, going forward against the top teams, is that a sustainable way of success? That's not really my problem right now. My issue, my thing with Man United right now is just getting wins on the board, just getting our season back on track, and which is why I'm so happy. The Brighton game was huge for me. For me, even bigger than the Liverpool one, because Liverpool's massive. It's a huge potential for Amram to build something. But last year we went to the Etihad. We beat them. We failed to win 5 games in a row after that. So for me, beating Brighton was a huge thing in terms of, can that kind of be a sign of things to come, or is it just another fluke?
Is that the type of game you would have lost last season?
100%. Like I just said, we beat City 2-1 and then didn't win a game for 5 games in a row.
Do you put that down to, like, for me, I think 2 of the biggest changes, and you said that in the build-up as well, in terms of the goalkeeper, Lamin's coming in, and then Sesko up front as well, because last season it was Onana and Højlund.
Yeah.
And it's a whole... And I feel
100%.
like those are 2 positions you almost can't compromise.
You live and die by them.
Because they are literally going to change the
Bro, even at the bottom, right? We look at the teams who usually stay up or get relegated. Sometimes it comes down to having a free goalkeeper or having a striker that just scores you 10, 11 goals that keeps you up. So 100%, at every level of football, you can make the argument that goalkeeper and striker can make or break your team. And with Onana and Højlund, we have a guy who's practically throwing the ball in his own net at times. And we have a guy in Højlund who is so devoid of confidence towards the end of it. Also, if I'm going to give credit to Sesko, I think Sesko suits much more what Amram is trying to do in terms of being a wall almost up front and bringing others into play, rather than a Højlund who wants to be running channels and wants to be kind of playing with the ball in behind.
But it wasn't just, I think, just a win. I guess you guys beat Brighton. I think the performance-wise, I watched the game. It was sensational.
For 75 minutes before the subs kind of, I think the subs kind of came in and we lost a bit of we lost a bit of momentum. But I think for the first 75 minutes, I could make the argument it might have been the best performance under Amram in the Premier League. I could have made that argument. Yeah.
How big of an impact were Cunha and Mbeumo in that? I feel like the dressing room is a little bit up for grabs. I feel like similar, like, not to compare, but Tottenham Hotspurs. A lot of big players over the last couple of years have left. There's been a lot of overhaul, and now it seems like you've got Bruno, who's the captain and leader, but he needs running mates. He
100%.
needs guys who are going to do the heavy lifting with him. And that almost felt like the kind of game where Mbeumo looked around and was like, you know what? I actually can be the guy at this team. And some of the goals as well, incredible.
I felt the first 2 games for Mbeumo, I was a little, not underwhelmed, but I was disappointed because I think he came in and I almost got the impression like he was letting the whole atmosphere of being at Man United almost overwhelm him. That's the way I felt through his performances. But I think something clicked. And was it the Burnley game where I almost felt that he kind of started taking the ball and just running at players and taking... He's one of the best... He might be the best player on the team right now. And I think coming to Man United, maybe you think because you're at such a massive football club now, you can almost feel dwarfed a little. But I think he's come into a team where he is clearly one of the leaders already. And I've been really impressed with him in the last few performances. And as for Cunha, there were questions on the goals and the assists. Has that come in? I was telling Lawrence the other day, for me, goal contributions is not the most important thing for me. How are you impacting winning football? And at the moment, Cunha is bringing something at United that I don't think we've had for a while in terms of just a bit of a maverick who gets on the ball, wants to run at players, wants to commit. And now, of course, when you add goals on top of that, fantastic. But I've been happy with Cunha at the start of the season.
I can't lie. Let's give a round of applause to Mr. Casemiro, man.
Oh. Can I say this with Miro? Uncle. Miro.
Uncle.
Hey,
That was Casemiro. That was Casemiro.
Again, this is to give Emram credit, because like I said, I'm fair, I feel. Last, I think a few weeks ago, Cam might have asked me, do you think he's improved anybody? And I said, to be fair, I think Casemiro is much better under Ruben Amorim than he was in the last 2 seasons under Erik ten Hag, where Jamie Carragher came out with that famous quote, leave the football before the football leaves you. And to be fair, bro, he was so off it. That game against Crystal Palace is infamous. But I also think that the role he was given under Erik ten Hag was almost suicidal at times. Like, he's literally on an island by himself defending acres of space. I think under Amorim has closed the spaces around him, and I think he's simplified his role. And one thing of Casemiro, I think that often goes under the radar is, I don't think technically he's a bad footballer. I think people think of Casemiro like he's just this
clunky.
Yeah, no, but
he's kind of crazy.
I think he struggles sometimes receiving with his back to goal under pressure. I think there are flaws in every player's game, right? But I've seen this guy's passing range at times be ridiculous. Yeah. He's got so many goals for Man United in such a short amount of time. He had really nice play, I felt, for the Cunha goal. And yeah, I think under Ruben Amorim, we have seen a return to the best of Casemiro, which is crazy because you look at Ugarte, who can also play that role, who made his name under Ruben Amorim. You would have thought when Amorim came in that he'd be one of his lieutenants. He can't get over in the team over Casemiro. No chance. Casemiro is one of the first players on the team sheet at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of players that have actually improved, another one, I think, Matthias de Ligt.
Player of the season.
This season has just been a colossal, and even in that game, I thought was an absolute unit.
Yeah.
What do you think has been like the main reason for his improvement?
I think confidence. I think playing time. I think he was in and out of the team as well last season. But yeah, I mean, Matthias
playing
de Ligt,
different roles.
Yeah.
Remember, there was a period where he was getting him to step into midfield,
Yeah.
and then he was the right centre back at times.
Yeah.
And now it's almost like he understands that he is the base of the defense.
Yeah.
Euro's got the athleticism. Luke Shaw's got the legs to get around as well.
Tweak that.
I think that's one of the smart things. And one of the other players he's actually improved.
He's
in my
your
opinion.
traditional old school defender, right? He's going to win his balls in the air. He's going to tackle. He's going to come from behind. We know that's Matthias de Ligt, but this game, I think what won it for us was our press from the front. We played man-to-man against Brighton, who, in my opinion, have been one of the best playing out-of-the-back teams in the Premier League for the last few years. But I love the way that Sean de Ligt just followed their runners into midfield and just stopped any attack from kind of building up, which isn't something you wouldn't feel comfortable normally with seeing de Ligt almost stepping into midfield with that much space around him, because one ball he could get beat, he doesn't have the pace to recover. But he did such a good job, and I felt for large periods, Welbeck and Rutter, they couldn't do anything against those two.
You lot were touching on Salah going to the AFCON. What the hell are you lot going to do when Ahmad and Mwimo go to AFCON?
That right-hand side is cooked, fam.
I can't lie, it's dark. Because those two, they have a really nice combination going on at the moment, Ahmad and Mbemo.
So who's gonna be? Mazraoui and
Masraoui is going to AFCON as well too.
Allah. Who's gonna be there? Oh, Doggy. So Dalot on the right and Doggy on the left.
Mount maybe plays attacking
Doggy with a
midfield on
key
the right.
one.
Yeah, I think that's the issue of United right now. You look at. Yeah, my dad's not a fan of Dortmund either. Man. Trust me, I had a phone call with him after. He's not feeling Dortmund. My dad's harsh, man. You think I'm harsh? My
I
dad
don't think
is-
you're harsh.
No, my dad is harsh, man. My dad's a critic, man. But yeah, he was telling me, because I was saying, Dortmund, give him time, right? He's like, yeah, he's 21 years old. He's like, you see how many good 21-year-olds there are out there, man?
Facts.
He's like, you don't have to be 26 to be a top player. I was like, come on, just give him some time, right? But to be fair, at the same time as well, too, the substitutions we are making, you can see a pretty visible decline in not quality, but I like Kobbie Mainoo, right? And I think he deserves more playing time. And I think it's very difficult at the moment for him. Right now, every time he comes in, we're almost demanding the world, because it's like, oh, you're unhappy with Amorim, well, you better show us something when you play. But it's very difficult to really put together periods of form when you're playing 10 minutes every single game.
Yeah.
You're not really feeling the flow of the game. I think it's difficult for him at the moment.
The position I liked Mainoo in most last year was actually when he played him in the 10.
Yeah.
I don't remember which game that was, but I remember being like,
early, the first couple games.
It was
I remember.
fairly early.
Under
and
Amorim, yeah. He
it was
played him
a
as a
bit-
false nine against City, I think.
And there was a bit of that chat about like where would Mainoo play for him? Would he be a deeper player or would he play further down the field? And he played on the left-hand side of the.
Yeah.
It was more left at that time.
Of the 10s, yeah.
Yeah. Would there be like a logic in swapping Cunha on that side just for this period and sort of being like, look, Cunha's got real quality, Mainoo, you go on the left, just because of personnel, like bodies, you need the bodies and the quality, and fit quality in over like people who suit the position.
Or maybe Mace. I think Mount.
I mean, he loves Mount, and I understand
Mount would be great.
Yeah,
Mount's a manager's favorite type of player, I feel like.
Especially in this three men, or what is it?
Yeah.
He has experience playing with this under
Chelsea,
under
yeah,
Tuchel.
Tuchel.
Yeah. I love Mainoo. I think he's a top player, but I think he's in a situation at the moment where the way we play with our two midfielders, there's so much asked of them from a physical point of view, from covering ground, from
He can't do that.
Yeah, and he also, his range of passing is not exceptional.
His
right?
carrying is exceptional, yeah.
His carrying is very good. His passing in between the line. He's a very small-sided player, which I think in a 3 really allows him to showcase his best ability.
But also in the final third, like in that final third, it really helps him.
But the thing with Mainoo
build-
as well, too, he doesn't really play killer passes. He's not really a goal threat at the moment. So he's just, at the moment...
A pure 8 almost,
yeah, he's a real, for me, a connector of everything. But I think in the 10, you're looking for match winners in the way that Cunha and Mbemo have kind of proven to be. So that's why with Mainoo, I really like him, and I really don't want him to go. But honestly, I don't really see a solution kind of happening with him under Amorim. I think he will probably leave on loan in January. I just don't know where he fits, because Casemiro is going to be shifted out eventually.
Yeah.
I think he would much rather a Baleba to come in and replace him, or an Adam Moore. And I just don't see Kobbie Mainoo
Speaking of
having...
I cannot believe.
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
But I also can't believe Conte is going to get another player at Napoli who used to be a Manchester United. He's going to look amazing.
And he's gonna
He's basically rebuilding that.
Was Tom Gilmore?
Yeah.
De Bruyne?
And Kobe Diamond? For me, it's baffling, right? Because you think back to 12, 18 months ago when he was starting in the Euro final, and he
Get
was
him in the England
the
team.
light of Man United the leading light of Man United at the point.
Yeah.
It was unfathomable, but I don't know how this kind of changes up. He clearly is not Amorim's kind of player in midfield, and he's never going to play for me consistently over Cunha.
Deep
and
down,
Mbemo.
Kobe was thinking, lost against Liverpool, I lost against Brighton, Ruben, ma'a salama. I'm gonna stay here.
I mean,
and start.
I was probably, I would
everyone-
have probably banked on him outlasting Amram, but at
Yeah.
the moment, I think Amram will probably last the season.
Hey man,
minimum.
listen, 3 wins, yeah. Your 2 away wins before this Dunny shaves his head.
Yeah, shout out him. And
Whatever his name is.
strength.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That win
Forest
leaves
Forest
you
away and Spurs away.
6, bro.
Huh?
Forest away and Spurs away. Do
Yeah.
you think 5 games in a row can happen?
I mean, Forest. Before they
is
sacked
hard,
before
man,
they sacked
yeah.
Sean
And you
Dyche,
guys-
I would have. Before they sacked Sean Dyche, I would have said for sure, but Sean Dyche.
No, before they sacked him
and
to bring in Sean Dyche,
Yeah. No,
before
don't
they sacked
now,
him.
but like Sean Dyche now, first game at home, or did they play at home this weekend?
I was going to say,
Bournemouth
did
away.
they sack Sean Dyche as well?
Yeah, I was like-
because that seems just as plausible.
Breaking news.
It's not out of the realms.
I mean, it's gonna be a tough
They
game,
played,
right?
they played away to
Played
Bournemouth.
away Bournemouth 2-0.
So this is gonna be his first home game in the Prem,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough game. I'm not gonna lie. Going to Sean
place
Dyche, they
is
haven't won the Prem
rocking.
yet.
And then
That's
you
gonna be
guys.
tough.
Yeah.
And then Spurs, which I mean,
We
look,
are
we got a
tough.
really bad record against
We're
you guys
tough.
at the moment. Yeah,
Is this thing's 5 wins in a row or just 5 no losses?
5 wins in a row.
5 wins.
Which is crazy, by the way. Like
Not many
even
teams
the best
do that.
Teams
Yeah,
win
yeah,
5
not
in a
many
row.
teams do
I
that.
think he was.
No
overselling
wonder
it.
that old guy grabbed him by the hair and was
he's
like,
like,
"You
"You
stupid boy." Yeah.
We're out of the Carabao.
Yeah.
We have FA Cup. We're not in Europe. It's not like he even has like cup games that he can stack this up.
Oh,
but
that's insane.
That might help him also though, because I get the feeling that Manchester United complain about midweek games apparently now. Even despite there was that thing
we complain about everything.
Someone said that they complain about midweek games, but then the headline the week before was that they were looking to play more midweek games in like a kind of specialized let's fly to Dubai or wherever.
really?
Yeah.
No,
beats me, man.
no,
The
no,
messaging
no,
from
no,
in
we
and
don't need
outside
that.
the club is absolutely incredible.
Chaos.
Chaos.
I
for
feel
you,
like
but-
literally, like, so Jim just goes, I like planes today, and everyone's like, well, use them more, Jim. I don't get it. It's pretty mad.
I don't get Jim Ratcliffe either, man. You're not in your own.
So
But
Jim,
yeah,
so
on
Jim,
the
so
topic,
Jim.
on the topic of the 5 wins, honestly, I feel like I have to keep stressing this. I'm not really fussed. For example, if we
Who
lose
cares
to
about
Forest,
that guy's hair? Like, who cares?
bun his hair, man. Honestly,
Yeah, exactly.
No, I
Who
don't
cares?
really mind if we lose to Forest and Spurs. It's not about for me the result. Obviously, like it can't get so bad again that we're winning 1 game every month, which
Yeah.
it was at one point. But just show for me some consistency in performances. That's all I'm really some stability. I feel like we haven't had that.
Show me that you're actually building something.
That's all. If we lose to both of you guys and they're well fought out games, but we lose. I'm not expecting us to even finish top 4 this season. So yeah, I'm happy with the way we played the last few games.
One player I want to touch on, and you briefly touched on him earlier, Baleba, who was linked with you lot for a big summer move.
Absolutely.
This season
might have to pay us to
hasn't
take him off
finished
him, though.
a single 90-minute game. I've seen him hauled off at halftime a couple of times.
His head's
That
been
was-
turned though, right?
But it feels like, sometimes when your head is turned, but then you come and play for the club that you're, auditioning for. This is the time to be like, all right, let me get my head on, put a game. And it was like, he did the complete opposite and said, I'm going to give you guys some points today. Sign me in Jan. What has happened to him? And does it make you question in terms of mentally about the player? Because I don't think ability-wise, we can all see he's a top midfielder. But if your head can completely get spun for an entire start of the season because of rumours in the summer that
I don't think so.
we're not really guaranteed, does that make
I
you
was gonna
question his
I was gonna
mentality?
say, do we think I'm going to let you guys answer this, right? Because I feel like I've talked a lot this segment. But do you guys actually think with Baleba, it's a case of the transfer saga? Because it wasn't a saga. We didn't bid numerous times. He didn't refuse to play for we bid. They said no. That was the end of it. He didn't make any fuss about
You lot
it.
start
but-
running hashtags. I'm a
But
believer.
so you weren't the only guy. To be fair, they were great hashtags.
It is a good.
I'm a
He
believer in
still
hashtags.
uses it in his pictures.
That's really good.
Apparently, there was a post.
Yeah, he put
the
out a
night
story.
before
That's his social
said-
media manager.
I'm like,
though,
hey man, what are we doing here?
That's
But the
definitely
fact
his social
that that's
media
still in your
manager.
head.
I think the Manchester United saga was part of a wider saga. So I think he was entertaining a lot of different clubs, and Manchester United became like the leading club of sorts. And I think other clubs were probably testing the waters and whatever, but Manchester United, you also kind of needed some of those headlines to attract other players and be like, see, we're with Baleba and we're doing all this.
They got the fan base excited too,
Right,
by the way.
and rightly so at that point. Even though Brighton fans, even back then, were saying, I feel like he's a questionable signing for however much you would have offered for him. A lot of
Yeah.
people were flagging that.
100%. I just felt, with me, with the price tag, for me, I always say I would never spend that amount of money on midfielders. I feel like that kind of value has to go to players who win you games. Granted, Caicedo has been really good for that price, so has Declan Rice, but I also felt at the same time, too, now you're just buying for potential and also for how long you're going to serve that contract. I feel like price tags nowadays, they barely mean anything.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's nothing to do with ability, because I'm looking at Konate, similar situation, where his contract's going to end next summer, and this season he hasn't played well, but I feel like it's nothing to do with
I think
ability.
it's been overstated.
I think it's more the fact that his head is a Madrid friend last season wasn't good. So I think it's more of he wants to join United and he's making it clear come
That's a
Jan.
bad way to do it. Though,
I think it's a
man.
bad way because if he plays well, then he can get interest from City, he can get interest from Liverpool, he can get interest from Chelsea. I don't think that's
there is still
This
interest.
would make me almost.
But I
Just
think
not for that
my point
price.
is, I think if he had continuous form from last season, he would have had every club in the country after him, and then Brighton create a bidding war, 100 million.
Yeah.
Now,
But he doesn't care.
Huh?
But I don't think he cares in the sense
well,
of.
now
want a
I
bidding
feel
war.
like you say that, but now look, Elliot Anderson all of a sudden has emerged now as a midfielder that everyone wants to buy for 100 million. My point is, football moves very, very quickly, and I'm not trying to say Baleba is now all of a sudden a crap player. But is he now the priority for every other club when now there's Wharton who's going to be available
He
next
does an
summer?
entire season of this form. I don't think there's going to be many suitors.
I think
next
United
summer.
will still go back in for him, but it's the demand will not be as high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the money, so therefore the money.
I'll
Will not be as high.
take it. Man.
Yeah.
Manchester United have won 4 consecutive Premier League home games for the first time since August 2023. Ruben Amorim has won 4 of his 5 Premier League games at Old Trafford this season. Insane stats. Against no side has Danny Welbeck scored more goals in his professional career than Manchester United. 7 in all competitions.
He's He's
Loves-
been incredible in the last few weeks as well.
34 years
Who
old.
did they play the week before this? I can't
Aging
remember.
like wine, honestly.
Spurs.
And he was good. And like he's
Yeah.
He's Benjamin Button, Benjamin Button,
Benjamin Button.
Butter,
Yeah.
It's crazy. I remember him at United, man. Like he definitely had
great.
potential, but he's our 4th choice striker. He's all right.
Where'd he go?
really
He went
gets
to
it wrong,
Arsenal.
man.
He went to Arsenal after. Like at one point, honestly, Lawrence, I thought he was going to go out the league. Remember when he got relegated with Watford and the injury problems?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
way he's kind of just turned it all around at Brighton. He's their
Yeah.
top scorer in Premier League history now
Bro,
for
it's
Brighton.
insane.
Yeah.
Fair play to him, man.
Brighton
That's-
really are like that place where you go and sort of just
Milner now
keep
at the
your
moment,
career
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Milner.
Yeah, he's not doing it to the
He's
heights
not,
of
but he's still getting Premier League
Steady
minutes.
Eddie.
I mean,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
another. We're not talking about the fact that on the weekend, Liverpool also lost to Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, who's been a good
very
signing?
great.
Yeah.
Loads
Him
of
and
people.
Xhaka have thrown it back.
But I think
Loads
Xhaka,
of
I think
We'll
Xhaka
talk about
people
Xhaka in a
expected
little
it.
bit.
But
People
Henderson,
have
I
been
think
slagging
coming
him
back,
off.
I think Henderson coming back to the Premier League, no one would have expected
No one, yeah.
because of how his time away from the Prem went. Granted, he was
Saudi-
decent at Ajax, but
Saudi,
I think people looked at that signing and said, "This is why Brentford's going to go down."
bro,
He
I
has
was
been
laughing.
huge for them.
He's been
That's a
he's
Norgard
captain.
downgrade.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, the whole time he's been being called up to the England squad by Tuchel.
Yeah.
And every time the
don't
coverage
Questioned it.
But every
Everyone
time the
questioned it.
coverage is just people going, well, why? But I think we've been to England training, and the only voice that you can hear throughout training
Henderson.
is Jordan Henderson's voice. Kane isn't a shouter.
Yeah.
Even Declan Rice isn't really. There's loads
Maguire's
of
not
really
a shouter, yeah.
big names there, and you see them throughout training chatting to Hendo, even if he's not starting, or if even he gets 10 minutes in the game.
Leader.
Morale guy.
There's when Mark Gay was first going in the squad, who was the person who greeted him? Who was the person who everyone says, oh, he was helping me get into the squad?
Yes,
Mark
100%.
Gay. Who was the person who said everyone made him feel so comfortable when he first got into the first team at Liverpool? Trent. Trent says the same thing. I think people are overlooking how important these
Can I say this
interpersonal
as well,
skills
too?
are.
I think at international football, the most underrated thing that people don't recognize that managers value is trust.
Exactly.
Who can you trust? And it's because we're in England that Henderson and Walker, for example, are the ones that always get, why does Southgate do this? As someone who has family from all over the place, as you guys all joke about, right? I get to see the scope from other countries as well, too.
Yeah.
Didier Deschamps is famous
thing.
for this as well, too. There's
Germany
a reason why
used to do the
Adrien
same thing.
Rabiot gets into every squad. There's a reason why Florian Thauvin just got recalled to the French national team for the first time since 2019 because he trusted these guys. So people might not agree with the where does Henderson fit from a quality point of view, but he's invaluable for this dressing room.
And by the way, he was quality against Liverpool. He was actually excellent against Liverpool.
Even though
His
these days
pressing-
is that difficult, you know what I mean? Like,
What?
is that not hard to do these days, man?
It's really good.
I need to get it.
Yeah.
How's
You
the guy
guys-
who's on blowing?
I look forward to your midfield collapsing. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
No, fair play. Let's move on to the next game anyway. Aston Villa 1, Manchester City 0. First game, Haaland doesn't score, and Man City
Crisis.
lose their way. 6 points behind Arsenal now.
Is this actually like what is this season for City?
So weird.
Is City, I felt like this season was meant to be just being a slipstream of Arsenal. Almost go under the radar of incognito going for a title challenge.
Yeah, 'cause-
but not announcing it to the world to the point. And I think Haaland was almost like single-handedly making sure
pushing.
they're going to be in that title race. But it feels like if he's not scoring,
No one
who's
does.
going to step
No
up?
one can score.
I mean, I think before that game against Everton, because who scored the third goal against Everton the other week? It was 3-0, no? Or was it 2-0?
It was
2-0,
2-0. It was
2-0.
2-0.
So, okay, then never mind,
Haaland
actually.
scored both.
Bro, he had scored the last 7 goals for them
In the Premier
at that
League.
point. Only this week against, who was it, Villarreal or someone like that?
Villarreal,
That
but
all of a sudden
Bernardo.
Bernardo scored.
Yeah.
Haaland scored 7 goals in a row for Man City.
But City are only 1 point ahead of Liverpool, and Liverpool are in crisis, and City are not.
Can I tell you why?
Go on.
I think this is expectation compared to what you're actually doing.
But
So I think
expectation from
Liverpool
who? Because the expectation from Man City is significantly lowered very, very quickly just because of last season, which was, again, a kind of a season that no one really mentioned. Everyone was sort of like, we'll drop away.
They
Freak
won, I think,
season.
1 win in 13 at one point. Yeah.
You're right, which everyone now is kind of putting onto where they think Liverpool are going to be. Why are we not like holding City to some sort of account here? And, because they brought in Pep Linders, who was the ex-Liverpool guy. Right. There are times against Villa where I could see they were very clearly exploiting the same things that Villa would have exploited in the Klopp days when Linders was there. And I mean, Matt, you can look at the game statistics and actually, Man City dominated possession, but really their XG wasn't that much higher. Didn't create that many more big chances. They were
this season, to be honest.
We're not watching a City side who look particularly dominant.
Do you know what it is? I think at the start of the season when they lost to Spurs and Brighton, it was almost like,
awful.
Oh, same old City carrying on from last season. And then they went on like a 6-7 game stretch of looking good, getting a couple of wins. Haaland hitting
like 1-0 Haaland, 2-0 Haaland.
And it was like, you know what? They're low-key just going about their job quietly. And then I think it took another loss this one.
It wasn't even that. It's the first game of the season. They beat Wolves 4-0, and everyone said, City's back. Pep is back.
I remember that,
Wolves
actually,
were wide open, though, and they allowed them.
Exactly.
Bottom of the
2
league.
games, back-to-back losses. They're like,
Wolves are
City,
yet to win, by the way.
Yes, to win. Yeah, City's done after the loss against Brighton and Spurs. Then they went through that patch. After only Liverpool lost yesterday, people were saying, because I was making a video saying Arsenal's won the league after Liverpool lost against Brentford, and everyone's saying, wait for City. This City's going to be the underdogs. And now you're losing against Aston Villa. But let's be real. It's only been Haaland that's done everything for you guys.
Yeah.
Bro, I checked the stats yesterday. Haaland's got whatever goals he's got. You know the next person who's got as many goals, the second highest top scorer in the Premier League, got 1, bro.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on 1. Yeah,
1.
Yeah.
Now, so what else can you expect?
The way I was looking at City the last few weeks, I was like, I think I told you this on the weekend. I was like, I think Arsenal are the best team in the league, and I'm not ready to discount Liverpool yet. That was until the Brentford game because I'm still not sure where I'm at. But City, I was like, they have a tough run of fixtures coming up. Villa, Liverpool. I think they play Madrid in the Champions. It's a decent run of fixtures. If they can actually get through these next 5 or 6 games, maybe they can like Haaland their way to a title challenge.
Yeah.
But I think they're leaving themselves with a lot to do. Right now, they're dominating both their boxes quite well with Haaland and Donnarumma. But in the middle, I just don't know if they have enough to go the distance this season.
I thought Reinders in that 6 role was...
Makes no sense.
Did not look good.
Also, he doesn't like playing there.
Yeah.
He likes being
Milan,
that more progressed player.
Yeah.
He's not actually that
He's not
6.
really a ball winner. No,
and that's another thing Pep Linders... I actually have a lot of respect for Pep Linders. I think he's a really great assistant, but he has this propensity to think he can change the profile of a player. And a big thing last year with Slot was that he just reprofiled a few players like Grav and just went, right, you're now a 6, but you're in a double pivot. Whereas he was being asked to play the like progressive 8 under Pep Linders. There's a number of players that City are doing similar things where they're like, you are a 10, but could you be a fullback? And it's like
Matheus Nunes.
I'm not. Yeah,
That's been done for a while, to be fair.
Yeah,
I feel like Pep's because I agree. Foden this year is almost playing more as like a playmaker,
An
deeper
8.
nowadays.
Right.
Yeah. So I definitely hear that, but I feel that's also like Guardiola. Like O'Reilly, even last season, was being turned into a left back when he's really a midfielder.
sure. There's a couple of other youth guys who are sort of coming through and changing profiles. But like they play Swansea, and then they play Bournemouth, then they play Dortmund, then they got Liverpool, Newcastle, Leverkusen. They don't play Real Madrid until middle of December. Yeah,
And maybe I was mistaken with their run.
You were talking about, I think you were doing Liverpool's fixtures and then putting them onto...
Maybe the Madrid game I looked too far ahead.
The Madrid game's very far ahead.
What were the next few games for City?
Next few games is Swansea, Bournemouth, and Dortmund.
They can get bounced.
Maybe it's not-
And then on the other side of Dortmund, Liverpool and Newcastle. Newcastle away is a horrible game, bro.
Maybe that's what I was looking for.
That's a murderer's row,
Premier League
really.
fixtures: Bournemouth, Liverpool, and Newcastle.
Yeah.
Maybe those were the 3 I was looking at. I was like,
that's a horrible.
but that's why I was saying if they could get through that, maybe they could do something this
What's
season.
get through though? You mean like
In terms of
draw?
wins,
No,
in terms of
wins,
two
wins,
like
wins.
get past that run. That's why my thing is like I don't really believe in City, but because of what they're doing, I have to respect the wins that they're getting right now.
Yeah.
If they can continue that through a really tough part of the season, then hey, it might not be pretty, but they might be able to get something done this season.
I think
But
Arsenal
losing to Villa
so
first.
Yeah.
game. Oh, they do.
Way much.
100% they do. No doubt about it. I completely
But
agree.
what I don't get is, I hope City fans in the comment can let me know. Nico Gonzalez had a great last couple of games. Why didn't he start in the 6th position? Is it injury? Doku has been amazing. Why did he not start?
Yeah.
The one for me is Ryan Cherokee has played like 15 minutes the last 3 games. Those 5-minute cameos are the best you'll see, and then he goes right back on the bench the next game. That I can't understand.
And O'Reilly has been amazing at left back. Why is
Gvardiol comes back
so
in.
that's what I don't understand with Pep. Is it like last season where he's just playing
Favorites.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't. Again, City fans can maybe. Is it injury? Is it? I don't know.
What have you not made of
Training.
Oscar Bob's return as well? I feel like there's a lot of criticism I'm seeing, even from City fans, saying like, "Oh, the injuries really knocked him." And I know you guys had Virgil obviously out with a big injury. We've seen players have these big injuries, and when they come back, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Is it just a case of that? Because prior to his injury, that pre-season, I remember he was looking like
he started
the
the last season. He
player of the
destroyed
year.
Lisandro Martinez in the Queen of the Shield.
You need time when you come back from those kind of things. I think like criticizing
Unless your name
players.
is
who are
Eden
recovering.
Militao, man. Back-to-back ACLs.
We'll talk about it.
You talk about that like there's Champions League wins.
To be fair, that's the man of steel right now, Militao. This dude tore both his ACLs.
He's got the face of a man who's recovering from 2 ACLs though as well. Do you know what I mean?
I can't lie. The thing is, two different, both legs as well too.
Yeah,
Is crazy.
it's so- he looks like Sylvester Stallone.
I know. I
Some
know
people
what
say
you-
he looks like Cecil.
That's a good one actually.
He just looks like he's been through a lot.
No, he has.
Yeah, and I really respect it. But I really respect it. But
seen it.
he really does look like he's
Oscar Bob
recovered.
doesn't look like he's gone through a lot, man.
No,
But
that's kind of
he looks like a good kid.
But that's kind of my point.
I love Oscar Bob, by the way.
But
Good guy,
Eden Militao has gone through a lot. But when you have someone next to him, as he has, that time and the recovery is so smooth.
Yeah.
Oscar Bob needs someone like that in his life.
But that's where I felt like
play him
Doku
centre
obviously
back.
started the season so well. You've had Savinho stay
Makes
off.
him sound like he needs a wife, bro.
Yeah.
He needs someone. He needs someone next to him in life.
Yeah.
He's a life partner.
Just a dog. Maybe a cat or something is good, yeah.
You need that.
But that's where I agree. I actually think Doku should be starting more, and Bob maybe should be eased back in to just kind of find his confidence, find his
I
fitness.
don't know why he got dropped.
Yeah,
That's kind of my
a
point.
lot of the changes there that kind of don't really make sense. But
Play
that
Cherokee,
will
man.
leave City
Free my boy.
fifth
Cherokee is a bit
place.
of a strange one, yeah.
Free my boy, man.
Cherokie's a stranger, but coming back from injury, maybe they want to protect him and make sure he doesn't get a longer
I'm
one.
just trying to reprogram him, bro.
Let's move on. Man City now falling 6 points behind. We have another team that is also falling further behind to 9th place, and that is Chelsea. Losing
bad loss.
at home.
Bad-
Whoa.
Bad luck.
Whoa.
Bad loss.
Previous seasons, when I say Chelsea, that was not your energy.
Chelsea Nation or whatever.
Chelsea Nation!
Shut up, man.
At the Chelsea!
Forfeit. I want to
He's the
forfeit.
parent.
Don't do that!
God love
He
him.
claims
Don't
to be the
do
honorary
that.
Chelsea fan of this.
I know.
Nasty
I want the
work, man.
forfeit. It's
People
done.
always think that I don't watch their content whenever I come on podcasts. And they always like try and fill me in because they always go middle-aged white guy. Maybe you wouldn't be keeping up with these youths.
You're right, you're
This
right.
right here's a podcast, Lawrence.
Yeah, right,
We sit
yeah.
here every single week.
I don't know if you know this, but I sort of invented podcasting, thank you.
First.
Kabiga Bonk.
2-1 loss to Sunderland. Last minute dagger as well. And Sunderland now up to 5th place last time I checked.
Yeah, they'll stay there for the rest of the
Fourth,
season.
actually, and really happy for them, honestly. I thought coming up, I thought they would be a surprise package, but done even better than you would have expected.
They've
5 wins
signed
out of their
amazing
first
quality.
9 games. Last minute dagger from Talby, but they've had a bunch of quality recruitments. What did you lot make of that game?
Can I say one thing? Of all the signings they've made, the one that I've loved maybe the most is the one they didn't even sign. That's Isidore. I think Isidore has taken to life in the Premier League.
I was going to talk about Big G.
Who?
Granite.
Oh no! I said out of all the guys who aren't signings. Xhaka, we could wax lyrical about him all day, but Isidore, I think he's taken to life. Because I think sometimes, again, teams that come up in the Premier League, the issue they might have is the striker. There's a clear quality difference between the Championship and the league, and they don't score the same quality of goals that they did before. I think Isidore's taken the league really, really well. So shout out to him.
Also, by the way, betting in new players, there are a number of managers that complain about that. Clearly, Sunderland haven't had that same issue. Maybe it's like a coaching thing, and maybe they've just been ready for this. Maybe they're waiting to
You know
step
what's
up.
so funny, Laz? They were so far behind the top 2 teams last season. Like they even behind who was it that they lost to in the? Is it Sheffield United?
They
that they
sneaked
lost
yeah,
to?
into
right?
the playoffs.
They were like 30
and they-
points behind Sheffield United,
Yeah.
and then and now they're the best team out of the 3 by far.
Also,
care of opportunities.
none of the promoted teams are in the bottom 3 right
Yeah, I
now.
love it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
by
That's
the way.
great.
Burnley winning on the weekend.
Yeah.
Even Leeds doing well.
It's that big up Sunderland for that win, but it's
Are we-
just
Oh,
worse.
Are we gonna big up
Chelsea?
You're gonna big up
I was going to
Sunderland
say,
now.
like, what about the Chelsea?
No, let's talk
of
about
course,
Chelsea.
of
Let's
course.
talk about Chelsea. Big up
Sure.
Sunderland. We did that little.
No, but this guy was saying at the start of the season, he was dissing Sunderland, he was sneering at
Yeah.
their support and stuff. All of a sudden, you
So
want
I
to
need
just
you to
bypass
talk.
Sunderland.
The thing is,
Look, he's shaking her as well too,
the
man.
thing
Stand
is-
still.
Legs
the thing
going.
is, I thought it was going to be another Fulham thing where you sign a lot of players, it doesn't work out.
Sure.
But like a man, I cannot believe what's wrong.
Yeah?
Say it louder.
That's very big of you.
We don't get this often. We do not get this
No,
often.
you gotta say it loud because he barely had it come out of his mouth. But as a man, I've just gotta. You know, sometimes when you're a man, you just.
You know what I mean? Sometimes just take L's, man.
Even that, I didn't. What were you saying? Sometimes, you know, you just gotta.
Like, it's hard, but you know what?
No Drake song this
I was
time.
wrong, huh?
No Drake take.
That's hard.
And that's why I just want to say. Anyway, we should move on.
Let's move on to
That was a
Chelsea.
family matters.
That was brilliant.
We move on.
Now, Chelsea.
Bro, you skipped the track. Say sorry.
Yeah.
No, big one.
Yeah, but you're right.
It's like a Drake album.
But Chelsea, now let's talk about Chelsea.
Yeah.
That was so bad in all departments. Garnacho, Neto in the first half. Yes, Garnacho scored. He horror. The 10 position, I don't understand what Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro, I know for the past couple of weeks he hasn't been scoring. And
No goals
I
in
saw
8
stats.
games.
Hold on, I forgot about the goal. He hasn't shot the ball.
I saw that where he hasn't.
I think he has 11 shots all season.
I saw that he hasn't. No, he hasn't got a shot on target since September, since August apparently. Since they scored.
Yeah.
I felt like he was been playing as a striker. It's not his position. Mark came in the last couple of games against both Forest and Ajax, where the one he looked good. This game he looked cheeks, bro. Cheeks. The back four. No. Let me go straight to the. We also the.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
What?
I saw this good TikTok the other day of this guy saying, "Why do we describe things that are bad as ass or cheeks?"
We
Ass
love
and
ass.
cheeks have never been a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
do you know what it is?
why do we describe things that are bad
That's
as
your
ass?
male thing.
Shout out
That's your
Showtown
male
on TikTok,
brain.
by the way. Great account.
That's the
Male brain.
patriarchy right there.
What comes out of the arse?
So why don't we say the shit?
No, but that's the source. See, that's why we say cheeks. You be thinking about it from a male perspective.
I mean, I
Think
am a
about it
male.
from an excremental perspective.
Well, what do you think as a woman?
I mean, still ass.
Sorry.
Girls don't shit.
You say Joao Pedro is cheeks.
But no, as in the both goals which they conceded. The first goal they conceded because of course Josh lack of experience. He didn't push up for the second ball. Forget that goal. The last goal itself, 92nd minute.
That's comical, man.
Brian Brobby.
My point is, bro, like you're letting Robbie run, but like who's been cheeks for the past couple years at Ajax.
Chill.
You let Robbie has the ball, He's got it, shielding the ball. Tosin was behind him.
1,
Chalobah was ball watching.
3,
How many seconds did you guys let him
5, 6,
Just
7.
ball watching?
Engage.
And
Bro, if you do that in the NBA, you stand in the paint that long, bro. That's like, with the,
it's a
I'll
foul.
3
You're out,
seconds, bro. You're out.
Why did you not make it difficult? Why did Chalobah double team him or make it difficult? I don't understand that.
The thing everyone's talking about Chalobah, who should be coming across all. I'm like, what a guy
Tosin.
actually who's on the player?
Tosin.
How about you shield the ball,
Yeah, for me,
push him away
Make
from
it
goal,
difficult.
make it harder. You just stood there and were just like,
Against Brobby, by the way, who's a specialist at holding up the ball.
that's his bread and butter.
And
It
his
just
only
made-
move was to wait. He wasn't going to go past you. So he was waiting for Talby, patiently waiting for my man to come. He waited. By the way, great finish by Talby.
Great.
Exceptional finish.
Do you not think there's like something about late goals this season in the Premier League?
A lot.
There's
A
just
lot,
kind of
a
there's maybe like a tactical change that some managers are maybe pre-planning, or like they kind of, it seems like set plays sometimes. Like from a Liverpool fans' perspective, I think Rio and Gamoa scored that late one against Newcastle. That wasn't just
Hazard.
like, that wasn't off the cuff.
I mean, I'll tell you this though, Laws. I mean, because I think this also continued off last season. The reality is they're adding more at a time now, right?
Yes.
We're getting 7, 8.
World
we had-
Cup
I
times.
think there was was there 9 minutes in the Liverpool game yesterday? I think there were 7 in the United game.
People
Players
on
are
90 minutes
exhausted.
isn't just it, yeah.
Exactly. We were talking about like 3 extra minutes, but I think when you're adding 3 extra minutes week in, week out, mentally, I think.
And Chelsea's been a victim of it because they conceded 2 goals to Brighton late on as well.
Yeah.
But that was just bad from Chelsea. Like you could clearly see without Cole Palmer, it's looking like a
Right.
bad season. I don't know who could create because Mark was making great runs, but no one could find him. So Steve came on, but
Neto was sort of that guy for a couple of weeks where they were
Couple
looking at him and
weeks.
it was like, hey, you could be the.
yeah, Lavia didn't start.
I mean, let me
What's the
ask you
plan
guys
with
this,
Lavia?
right? Chelsea, I think I read before. I'm not 100% sure about the stats, so don't quote me on this, but I think they might be 5 points worse off than they were last year. Maybe. Or they're definitely low. I definitely know for sure they have less points than they did at this point this year. And I think the concerning thing right now, they have 14 points from 9 games, but these are their fixtures that they've
The
played.
schedule is easy.
Crystal Palace
Yeah.
that they drew at home.
Palace
West Ham,
is tricky. Yeah.
Palace at home, West Ham away, Fulham at home, Brentford away, United away, Brighton at home, Liverpool at home, Forest, Sunderland. I feel like when you looked at that fixture list at the start of the season, alongside the fact that they were coming off that super high from the Club World Cup, I think a lot of people looked at Chelsea and thought, "Ooh, this season they could they could really kick on from last, especially because they ended the season really well last year." And then when we saw the fixture list, I think we looked at it as a real opportunity for Chelsea to build a bit of momentum at the start of the season. I don't really think they've done that. And granted, there's some tough fixtures in and around those games, but I think I look at 14 points out of 9 games for Chelsea. They're sitting 9th in the league right now, and it's underwhelming.
It's very underwhelming because it starts with the transfer window. The transfer window was underwhelming.
The end of it, I think.
The end of it, not signing. I think you can't. I mean, they signed 5-6 players. The only success, like if we do what we did to Liverpool by
Hit or
Chelsea,
miss.
the only success is Joao Pedro.
do it.
I think the problem with Chelsea, right? If you do hit or miss with them, it's hard to
You
say hit
can't,
or
yeah, you
miss
can't, yeah.
because first of all, half their signings are made with the
Liverpool, but you can't do it with Chelsea.
no, but
I mean, that's no Chelsea fan here.
You.
Can I tell you why?
That's
But I think it's especially difficult with Chelsea because a lot of their signings aren't even made with the interest of improving the first team. A lot of them are made with, can we flip them for double?
Buonanotte
Right. So how can you judge
and
if that
Jorel
signing's a sign? They're going to be a success if they get flipped for double. I think the problem with Chelsea this summer, I've said a few times, they didn't sign enough players that immediately lift the ceiling of the first 11.
Not a
I don't think
single
they did. Gittins and Garnacho for me are not a massive upgrade on Madueke.
Hato is not coming in to start straight away. Not signing a goalkeeper makes no sense. Not signing a centre back when Enzo Maresca made it very clear I want a centre back makes no sense.
I think it make it,
Like-
when Achampong's looking like your best defender,
And
you really know.
no, Josh had a very good game.
Yeah.
Taking him off for tossing.
I think it was an
makes
injury.
no sense.
I think he picked up
Was
an injury. Yeah, I think he picked up an injury.
It's just, I don't know.
Momentum's a big thing, and I think Chelsea needed to continue that, and they just didn't, or at least they haven't so far.
It does feel like the buzz of the summer is kind of gone.
It's
We're not having
completely.
I'm being
But
generous.
I also think that I think it shows how possibly insignificant the Club World Cup actually is, and how actually it's good in the moment. It's great marketing, but the reality is it's probably going to hinder you in your
Doesn't give you that
pre-season.
kickstart, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess you would hope that you would get some chance to implement some new ideas, and then 2 weeks later you come back and the players would be like, "Hey, remember these ideas?" But it's not really the way
But I
that
also
works.
do think, to be fair, though, I think the club had a massive opportunity to also capitalize on that moment.
Right.
And I think the end of their window, again, wasn't one of a club that you would think, oh, we're not happy just competing for top 4 again, which is what we did last season. Maybe we can take another step forward and really push Liverpool. And I don't think the end of their window really signified a club.
But-
I agree
And
with
I don't
that.
think any window they've done, by the way, has really
I
shown
agree.
me an institution at the moment that is looking to win major titles. I don't really think so.
But it doesn't help as well when your best players out and your best defenders out, and now you have to work with scrubs, basically. Not scrubs with all due respect, but
Well,
basically.
they're not those top tier players that
tier
you're
You
talking
can't
about.
build out the way you want to
No.
when you have Cole Will compared to Chalobah and
It's
Dawson.
a liability. And
Palmer goes out.
But
and
Cole,
then, it's not the
Cole,
same.
Cole was a really. I think he's an interesting player for them.
But I think for them, in terms of their build-up, that left-footed option, I think it's huge for them.
exactly.
I think with Palmer as well, I don't think the impact was felt because they were winning a couple of games over the last couple of weeks, and it was kind of like, oh, they're still getting results. Whereas now, once a few results start not going your way, starts
Cole
looking a
was the
bit
biggest
different.
miss.
Let me tell you this as well,
Yeah,
too.
I agree
I'd
with
like to ask you guys this, because I saw a good TikTok again. I've been on TikTok a lot this weekend.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, right.
There's this one Chelsea fan I really like.
a lot of taxis.
No life.
It takes a while to get.
Yeah,
there.
life.
There you go, man. Uber, Uber on my way to Sky
Yeah,
Sports,
exactly,
Uber on my way
yeah.
back.
Well, you missed the first one. Huh? You missed the first one.
What's going on?
What did you see on TikTok?
But I think he was talking about, and it wasn't to say that this is the reason why Chelsea lost, but could Chelsea live to maybe rue letting Jackson go, and also the way they treated Jackson over the summer? Because now, whether you loved or hated Nicholas Jackson, I mean, his shots per game were way higher than Joao Pedro's. Even Joao Pedro in previous seasons at Brighton, half his goals last year I think came from the
Penalties.
spot.
Yeah.
So he's not really some striker he's not your traditional number 9. Now Delap's injured as well too, which of course you can never predict, but it almost feels like now Joao Pedro is being forced to be this out-and-out center forward when that doesn't really even suit him. I think he's played his best football coming off a number 9.
But also the conversation around Jackson was very much about, let's look at Victor Osimhen, or let's look at someone like a name striker
For sure.
that would come in and be a significant upgrade on Jackson.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Joao Pedro and Liam Delap both really great players.
Sure.
But at the same time, I don't look at them and think that's a significant
War
upgrade
beats.
in a long-term capacity
Yeah.
without them having to put a season or two in of effort, or them bedding in, or whatever you want to call it.
Osimhen would have been that for me.
Just as someone of that level,
Yeah.
and I'm still curious to see Osimhen in the Premier League. So I just think there's
he
like
would have ripped the
something.
Premier League.
I think he
Physically,
would.
yeah.
From having seen him play in Serie A and what he did to so many teams and players over there, I think he maybe would have wanted quite a lot of space to go into. But I also think in a team like that Chelsea team, where they've got the wingers who can feed him and they've got Palmer right behind him, I feel like that would have been a perfect signing.
Right now, the Premier League, we're seeing a massive increase at the moment in terms of long balls, long balls from goal kicks.
And whose game is that exactly for Napoli?
If Arsenal had signed Victor Osimhen up front, bro, they're winning a treble this year, man. I'm sorry, it would have been terrifying.
Yeah,
chill.
I'm being dead ass, bro.
I think
We're
he
gonna
would've-
go too far.
I'm being
in
dead.
it.
I'm being-
What are we doing here?
I'm being dead ass, bro.
He's also like a classic.
Treble.
He would have been
I think he's he seems like a Chelsea striker for me.
perfect for Chelsea. Just don't give him the number 9. You'll be all right. Anyway, that's my only point.
Man went from 0 to 3. Come on.
But all jokes aside, Osimhen would have thrived in the Prem, honestly.
No, I do agree. I do agree
The
with
wages,
that,
though, I was told were insane.
Rodrigo would have been very good for Chelsea.
Are you still out here doing the sales pitch?
You're Honda safe, bro.
No one wants your Toyota Yaris, bro.
That's crazy.
Respect it, bro.
Get that Toyota Yaris out of here, man.
Okay, but you call it a Eurus, which shows where your tax bracket is, but also that you're putting him down at the same time.
By the way,
Fair play to you.
That Toyota Urus at his club is looking like a Lamborghini, bro.
Yeah, right.
Aston Martin.
He's changed your broke ass leg, bro.
Rodrigo!
Hey, man.
Oh, listen. A couple stats here. Sunderland have won a Premier League game against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge for the first time since April 2014 when they ended Jose Mourinho's 77 games
Was it Barini?
unbeaten run.
Yes.
Very memorable. That was a big
Insane.
weird
That
moment
was
for me.
Jose Mourinho's first home loss in general.
Ever.
At
Madrid,
at Chelsea, I think it was his
Inter.
first. I think even at Chelsea it was his first ever loss at Stamford Bridge.
It just never happened.
Over
Crazy.
what?
No, since he,
Yeah,
because he was 04, 05,
10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Crazy.
Mad. And then also 17 points is the Black Cats' highest ever total after 9 games of Premier League. Just quickly, how high do you not think Sunderland could finish this season?
It's going to be no wise as a hater.
Forest?
As a hater. Why do you hate Sunderland, bro?
Why do you hate Sunderland? Why are you Newcastle guy?
I'm a.
Because he had a shit take at the start. Now he has to die.
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
take.
yeah.
You're a double downer. You're a double downer.
You have to.
Right. Okay, so please,
You have to.
don't let me stop you.
I think it's going to be a Sheffield thing. Where Sheffield did very well and then they dropped into like 8 and 9. I think they'll finish just outside.
Sheffield United, the first season of Chris Wilder.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
That's not. Yeah,
It's not bad. Yeah,
That's
but,
not
but,
bad
but, but I hope. But,
Of course,
but
they
one,
they
one
just
thing
wanna
right
survive,
now,
bro.
One thing right now, I'm like European spots. I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, you look like an idiot if that
They
happens.
get European slots.
And then next year when Sunderland get relegated, he's gonna be like, "Oh, Drake takes." I told you guys about Sunderland. A whole 2 years later.
I was just early.
they return to the mean though. Like they're not.
They're not worse. Yeah.
We'll move on from that game. Last game we'll cover here. What do you mean this is the last game we'll cover? We'll talk about Arsenal, but I'm not seeing Spurs 3, Everton 0 on this list. What do you mean?
Even your own fans don't want to talk about it, bro. I've seen the online
I
discourse.
can't lie to you, even me, I'm kind of glad we took that because there's nothing really to talk about.
Baby Arsenal. That's basically what you guys are right now. Huh?
It's true, huh? See,
That's true. You guys ever seen? You guys ever seen Borat?
What are we doing?
I see my neighbor buy cat. I buy cat. You see my neighbor hold alone. I hold alone.
You have ugly defense, we play ugly defense. You score corner, we score corner, bro.
And then one day,
Actually,
he get this.
she's my sister.
That's fair enough.
Bro, I can't lie to you.
nice.
So far, 2 cheeks of the same arse. But
Why are you allowed to do that, but he can't do the cheeks thing?
2 cheeks of the same ass, bro. This sounds great.
Come on, man. That's my favorite saying.
Yeah.
Keep going, man.
yeah,
Like an LeBron James over here.
Crystal Palace 0. Arsenal now they're seeming like they're basically unbreakable at this point. Another clean sheet. Eze scoring his first goal as well. Good goal.
Great finish.
Great
Like
finish.
really good adjustment in that moment.
Yeah.
Overall, not the best of games from what I've heard. I don't watch the game
I actually
personally.
thought
Okay.
for me,
You didn't play well, but you didn't watch the
from
game.
what I've heard.
From what I've heard.
What have you heard?
From reliable sources.
Okay.
reliable
Like
source?
what is Chunks texting you? What?
Chuck said you didn't watch the game. Chuck said they're Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, right.
I've got two Arsenal fans on here who both said that.
That's why they're not on the table, bro.
You're listening to guys who are in on the table. Tell us stick to the ones and twos. What are you talking about, bro?
I personally, I think Eze has been a bit of a. He's been a shift in Arsenal's style, which is just it looks so different to me to the way that Arsenal play that I think that makes him stand out because he's not Odegaard's progression, he's not any of these other styles. So that's why I think I rate him higher. Weirdly, just because he's come in and been him, and a few other players have come in and sort of gone, what are we doing here, boys? Whereas he's more like, right, guys, here's how you're going to sort of fit around me, and it's worked really nicely. I mean, I've not seen a game where I've thought, oh, you were bad. I've actually seen every game where I thought you've actually come on and you've made a significant difference wherever they put you. And against Palace, I thought he was really good.
That was a banker, by the way, him scoring against Palace.
Yeah,
that's a
100%.
banker.
You just knew it was going to happen,
miss,
innit? Is this now their titles basically to lose?
I mean, you guys didn't mention on the Liverpool game, but the stat is, well, first of all, Liverpool have lost as many games as they did last year, which we're on
You
October.
put that tweet out last night, didn't you? Yeah, that was actually a great tweet, yeah.
No Premier League team in the 38-game era has ever lost more than 6 games. So for Liverpool to win the league this season, it has to be pretty much faultless for the rest of the year.
We also need a monumental collapse from Arsenal because
course,
they've been relatively. I mean, apart from against Liverpool, they've been relatively faultless.
Right. So it'll be very difficult. I mean, never say never, but it's looking unlikely.
But then again,
and we've talked about City. I don't know, any of us really think City have what it takes to go.
No.
I'm a doubter. And Arsenal look like the team with the least flaws. I said at the start of the season, I think they're the team with the highest floor in the game. It's almost impossible to score goals against them at the moment. So yeah, you'd have to say right now they look like pretty clear favorites for this league.
Do you know what's insane? Literally 5 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, let me know that. Liverpool were 5 points clear of Arsenal.
Yeah.
And the way the pendulum has just swung.
I think that game week where you guys lost in the last minute to Palace and they won in the last minute against Newcastle on the same weekend, I think that was monumental for the titles. The titles.
It was also big for them because irrelevant. Kind of like separate to whether we won or lost or drew or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You could see their own team belief was there. Like, oh, we can actually do that kind of thing. And they already knew that, but I think it was just this new season.
Yeah.
You could see the synergy between the players.
Is there almost like an energy of, we were speaking on an FCM, with a couple of years ago, City, Liverpool, teams are coming into those games almost like in the tunnel, we're already 1-0 down. Like, we know it's going to be a backs to the wall, it's going to be attack v defense. With Arsenal, is there a sense of feeling where teams are coming in and out? They're not even shooting. It feels like
they are.
So
I
they're
think
coming in where they're like, we know we're not going to score against these lots, so let's just try and keep them out.
Fullham were all right. I felt like Fulham, Harry Wilson, and a couple of other guys. But I felt like they were still getting into dangerous places. And I think the on target thing is a bit of a misnomer because some of the players just miscuing shots.
Okay, speak.
But 2 games in a row, no shots on target. In fact, 3 with Atletico Madrid.
Yeah,
no shots on target.
I don't disagree. I think that is still very much
They
part of.
They had one. Atleti had one.
Which one? Maybe you're right. Well, I'm not gonna ask you to name the exact one. Maybe
I mean, even 1 in 3 is kind of crazy. But like,
That's it. Which one? Like, how?
that's why I said later. I was like, name it. That's a crazy ask for me. Which minute?
Who was the player?
it did sound like you remembered it.
He did say. Wait, he's also saying they actually did it. Which one?
Because I saw a stat. They had 9 shots off target, 1 on target.
Okay. Fairs.
But which one? So with that though, overall it shows their defense is more effective, and they're obviously better at getting into kind of low chances, opportunities, rather than giving away high.
Yeah.
I feel like there is going to be a team that solves it. I don't know which team that's going to be.
That's the problem.
It might be in Europe.
It might be. Yeah, there might be a team in Europe, and
I can't lie. I look at Bayern Munich.
But
if Bayern Munich can't do it,
well,
if
PSG
Bayern can't do it,
if Bayern Munich,
then
then
there's a
PSG
real
might do it. What the hell? Why are Bayern now all of a sudden the only team that can beat Arsenal?
no. The next massive.
team.
Yeah, but then the
Big
team after
one,
that, I'm pretty sure it's PSG.
I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the next.
but
You said if Bayern, you were about to say if Bayern can't do it, no one can do it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You were about to say if Bayern can't do it, no one can do it.
I said the next game.
It sounded like that's where you were going.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah, you can't do that to me.
The next big game.
We're recording a
is
podcast. It's on
Bayern.
footage.
Okay, what did I say?
You were about to say if Bayern can't do it, what were the next words out of your mouth?
I know. I said
You didn't say nobody
Hear me
can.
out. Hear me out.
We did. It's on
Hear me
camera.
out. I said the next big game is Bayern. If they can't do it, then we have to wait for very simple.
You are incredible.
It was an incredible workout. You showed your logic. Someone will work it out, but even then, when they work it out, I don't think enough teams are going to have the tools to then be able to do that again.
Yeah.
So you still need the calculator. You can't do it by arithmetic and just writing it down on paper. I think a lot of teams just go, oh, we'll just take the result against Arsenal. And the fact is, Liverpool and Arsenal, polar different ends. Liverpool go down 1-0 down, right, and have to come back. And Arsenal, they get one set piece. And the team are like, we're ahead. And then Liverpool's whole thing goes out the window because they go, well, 1-0 down, we've got to change our approach, which I'm not sure if they do, but yeah. And Arsenal go the other way, where it's like the other team go, we're 1-0 down, we've got to change our approach. Suddenly you're pulled out, there's much more space in behind. Not that they've overly exploited that, but I don't actually think their open play is that bad.
I mean,
My problem is, right?
17th in terms of open play goals.
All I'm saying is, I don't.
Arsenal are 17th.
I'm not saying that I think
terms of
they.
open play.
I don't look at them and think there's a huge amount of repeatable opportunities they score from open play, and I am looking for like that repetition of like, oh, we'll get Gyökeres. Gyökeres isn't particularly getting in a lot of goal scoring positions.
Hasn't scored in the last 5 in the league.
17.
They're 17th in terms of open play. A lot of their goals this season have come from set pieces. It's been cash
17
money.
is crazy. Okay.
They're the most
Is it
inevitable.
sustainable?
Yeah, they're the best. I think it is sustainable. I actually do.
Yeah.
They've been this good at set pieces now for about a year. And I think as long as Declan Rice and Saka are the ones taking it, I think they're the most important.
Amazing
I think
deliveries.
as long as those deliveries are coming in, I don't see why it would stop.
Rice's delivery is
It's ridiculous.
Incredible.
They're like the speed, the
look at
whip
this.
that he gets on those. Why would it stop?
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
And then you got Gabriel. Cam today called him Blake Griffin. I hear it, bro.
There's some stats here, just quickly. In terms of goals, Arsenal are 4th. Set pieces 1st. Open goal play 17th. In terms of percentage of goals from open play, they are literally bottom.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's mad.
Percentage of XG from open play, they are 19th.
It's mad. Wait. Let me ask you this.
I thought you were going to go higher. I thought you were going to go 15th.
Let me ask you this. As a Liverpool fan, have you given up? As of right now, with your form and the way Arsenal's keep winning the game.
No, only because. But this is probably just
Season's
me.
long.
I think there are plenty of groups in where people are like season's gone, whatever. So I think broadly Liverpool fans have probably given up. But I do the whole mathematical thing, and also
we got a host who Sharky loves doing that as
yeah,
well.
and
So
I-
what's your percentage of potentially coming back and winning the league?
Sharky used to always give us this, like, you know what? We got a 60% chance of winning the league, 50, and then it goes down or up based on how the season goes. Right now, where you at?
I would say it's less than 50. I'd say it's less than. I'd also say it's less than 25. Right? Mainly because we're waiting for Liverpool to kind of just commit to this new system, and maybe then the click comes off that. For me, it's the system. If we just change our system and commit to it, I think a lot changes for us because I can see the confidence on the face of the players, but it's the opposite for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Every one of those
They're on an
players is
upward
confident.
trajectory right now. You guys are spiraling a little.
And they've also kind of realized, like, I think a lot of those guys are like, we do have this swagger. I think to an extent there were probably doubts around Arteta and where it was going to go. And because they've proven those doubts wrong or elements of that, the players are fully invested. It's like, this is my big opportunity. And now go to the Emirates. Great feeling around the Emirates.
Yeah,
Every game now.
amazing.
It feels
The song,
inevitable.
yeah, it's amazing.
Their goal is not the goal. The goal is just get a corner. And it's like they act as if they've scored a goal when it goes into the end.
Someone needs to kidnap Nicholas Joel.
What has happened to
Yeah.
my sport?
Let's call it. Hold on. No, you don't get to say that. You don't get to say that. The guy who hates Mavericks.
Disgusting!
No, this guy hates
does.
dribblers.
I
He
know.
hates fancy players.
whoa,
no,
whoa,
don't do that.
whoa,
No,
You
don't
hate
whoa
Chris
now.
Whoa,
Don't whoa now.
whoa,
I've never
whoa,
seen a guy
whoa.
hate Eden Hazard as much as he does. Don't talk to me
wait.
now.
Wow.
No.
It's protection of his
No,
boyfriend. Do
no,
I not always
my
talk about
boyfriend.
Michael Elise? Do I not always talk about all these other boys? Vinny Jr., how much do I talk about him?
Faisal.
Come
What,
on,
Vinny
brother.
Vinny
Now
Jr.
all of a sudden, because I don't like his boyfriend, now I hate technical
He
footballers.
doesn't.
Forget Hazard and his
Real men defending this.
I love that. I love a
Then
good
don't complain.
defender.
Then you should love Arsenal. Then how about that?
what?
You should love it. No.
I don't.
Why not?
What's happened to my sport? What's
I
happened to
don't
your
love
sport?
Arsenal.
Arsenal played
disgusting.
Arsenal played the
I don't like Thomas Frank's style of play.
Arsenal,
No, but talking about
Arsenal played the exact brand of football that represents Fuad. That's the reality, bro. If you could find a football team,
Apparently, because I like defenders, I can't.
That is
Diego
true.
Simeone loves him. Arteta doesn't.
I love grit and grind.
It is
I love
interesting,
that.
but
He represents.
You can have a balance.
He represents the
You know what
exact brand of
balance
football
is?
you like.
Being able to enjoy both.
But it is
Some
interesting
people
they've got
are
Berta in.
extremists. Huh?
It is interesting they've got Berta in, and now they are grinders. Very similar to Atletico. This is not a million miles away from Atletico
They
Madrid.
can't sign strikers either, just like Atletico Madrid as well. Too. Berta's track record of 9s.
No, but you get
Joao Felix and
Jackson Martinez.
Joao Felix will be up front for Arsenal within the next 3 to 5 years.
The way he plays.
Yeah.
Hell no, bro.
I personally think Arsenal, that it feels inevitable at this point. Like there is that feeling around them. And
But the thing is, they had a bigger lead 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
yeah.
3 years ago.
Was it 2 or 3? It feels a while. Yeah, it's 3.
3
Yeah,
years ago.
22,
And again, I understand that was the part of your first early days, Arteta, the lack of experience. Now you've got the experience.
And you saw Demonic City.
Yeah, but I can't lie.
That Demonic City, though, let's not rely. The first half of that season weren't that strong. They turned it around.
Okay, so question: who's more likely to turn it around, City or Liverpool?
No, the City was. Well, no, this current
Now.
Oh, okay.
Liverpool.
But not catch them, but just make it into a title race.
See.
Just sort of put a little bit of pressure.
See, man.
I think Liverpool's ceiling is higher than City's.
Yeah.
But right now their floor is
floor is
extremely
much,
low.
much lower.
Yeah.
So who has the potential to turn it around and give it a real go? I would say Liverpool, but who's more likely to do it at the moment? I might say
about
City.
you guys, it's not a question mark.
I think City are a lot more sure in who they are at the moment than you guys are.
That's
know what I mean?
interesting.
Do you not think
Right now,
Arsenal...
that's me right now. I would say
No, I
City
understand
right
what you're
now.
saying.
There's a lot of question mark. You were telling me about blessing the skies for Salah to be drunk.
You're still stuck on
Yeah,
that.
I was with you on that one, huh? I think you're protecting your man right now, bro. I'm not gonna
Is
lie.
it your man?
No, your hatred.
He loves Salah. Bro. You see, he
no.
doesn't call by his last name. He calls by his first
Yeah,
name.
I get that.
Your
but-
hatred, your
not hatred
hatred is
whatsoever.
more. It's outside of football, man. It's bigger than football.
Whatsoever. Outside of football, it's crazy.
Would you keep Salah in this Liverpool team?
Like I said, for a month to AFCON.
When someone shows you who they are, you gotta believe in them.
Nah, man. Because that goal.
You're
oh
letting
my
emotion.
goodness.
Yeah, he
mean
didn't do anything else
the
outside the
Brentford
goal,
goal?
bro.
The Brentford goal.
Oh my god.
Faisal, he didn't do anything outside of that goal.
genuinely
No,
didn't,
I don't know. I said it on. I said in my own video. Like it was a bad performance, except for the goal. But it's a month there, man. He's there for a month to AFCON.
Like, one more month. The way he's playing, Liverpool are fighting for top 4, brother. I'll tell you that right now. The way he's playing right now,
I don't think so.
I
think the time.
even for his own sake, right now, he might need a
I think
break.
the fighting for top four regardless.
If Alexander Isak's fit, then Salah's not in the team.
Do you not reckon Arsenal break Chelsea's defensive record this year?
No.
Whoa.
Wow, you
Whoa,
didn't
that
know
was
they
a
were
quick...
there.
You said that quickly, bro.
Mainly because, I mean, I think they look more solid than that Chelsea team do, don't they?
Do you remember how solid that Chelsea team looked?
Yeah.
They were like clean sheets galore. in the goal.
That's an odd tongue. Odd tongue.
Bro, but that was flawless.
But that was
season.
also, I mean, you don't
Terry
necessarily need Brighton to
Carvalho.
be flawless.
Huh?
I think the overall system and the way that teams choose to play them is, it's almost more convenient for Arsenal. I felt like teams went at Chelsea at least a
You
little bit
reckon?
more.
I think some people could argue the opposite. That
What,
teams
as
in the
in-
Premier League these days, the bottom sides are more likely to hurt you than in the past.
Don't get me wrong. I think there's like a massive mulch of teams in the middle that might hurt you, but I just think that Arsenal have got a system which negates that. I'll be interested to see normally if you've got a team like Arsenal who are going really, really well, by game 20, there has been 1 or 2 times where one manager, an Iraola or just someone who's really
Chelsea
smart.
that year, who was it? It was City, and then even the year after, I think they lost 3-0 to Middlesbrough.
Right.
Yeah,
They've
there's
worked
always-
something out. And then other managers go, cool, we'll pick a little bits of this.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we'll see the Arsenal, are they the guys or not? It's not now. Like early on, anyone can put a run together. We
Come
saw it
Feb
last season.
time.
Still
Knockout
playing
stage
a
of
time to
Champions
go.
League.
It's that period.
I remember
where-
Fernandinho told us, me, Cam, and Sharky met him in a train actually randomly on
that
our way
come
up
back
to
from Man
Manchester.
United.
You know, I was
Told
going
you,
up
leave me
there.
alone.
Yeah.
And he knew Sharky actually, so we got lucky there. But he was telling us like the reason why City are so good every single season is that in February, when all of a sudden you're playing in 3-4 different competitions, it hurts every other team. But with City, they just know how to grind through that period. I'll tell you a stat right now that, to be fair, kind of backs with what you're saying. In 04-05, Chelsea conceded 33 goals in 59 games across all competitions, 0.55 goals conceded per game. Still early days. Arsenal are at 0.25 goals conceded per game this season.
less than half.
So, yeah, at the moment, on current trajectory, they're on course to break
How many
it.
goals have they conceded as of right now? Only
3 in the league.
Three in the league.
3 and 9.
And Chelsea was
15 all
15.
Yeah.
Comps. So
how
they
many
basically
games so
have to-
far? It's been
12.
9. So we're a quarter of the way through the season. So technically, they should now concede 12.
3 quarters of the season left. 12 goals.
By the way,
That's tough.
I can't see particularly this Arsenal side shipping a lot of goals in one game. So I don't think I can't see anyone
basically-
beating
do you
them.
know-
How long has it
do you
been? It's
know
been
where
over
I could-
100 games since they've conceded more than 2 goals.
Yeah.
It's
Would
just
that
not
have been
been
any
crazy
worse?
like
It
that.
might have been City actually when they lost 4-1.
Right.
The last time they conceded was Luton.
Luton 4-3, right?
How long ago was that?
Yeah, two
years
seasons ago.
There you go. So that's about 100 games.
Do you know
right?
what I could
Yeah.
see though? If they, for example, Liverpool and City don't really challenge and they wrap that title up pretty early,
Similar to them last season, then
it just kind of becomes a bit of the last 6 games mean nothing.
Champions League, same
Champions League
players.
takes the priority, and that's where goals start getting conceded.
I think
potentially.
Gabriel and Saliba probably look at that and go,
Yeah, if they're still
as well.
if they're still within touching distance of the record with
Yeah.
5-6 games left to play, they will go for it.
And then we should give them a tiny gold trophy because that's what's most important, is what I've learned about Arsenal over the last few years.
I always said
Yo,
that,
if
that's
they
for me
had
is
the defensive
that's
record
the, that's the record. I never
invincible.
thought. Well,
By the way, any one of those 2 defenders signing a new contract, which they have, has sort of made a difference. People doubling down on I'm committed to Arsenal does make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing for Liverpool. And we had it last year. We got it again this year. Players just being half in, half out of the club
a good
really
point. Yeah.
doesn't help with the title charge.
it
And
does
I
feel
think-
like they've signed their core players
Yeah.
for the future.
And-
Right now, it's only Saka and Timber. That's a sign for you.
Saka resigned though
So
recently, no?
Timber. Timber. That's
Right.
yet to sign. Yeah.
Timber even it's his
and even
third
then,
season,
like,
yeah.
like even then, there's sort of like I don't see why he would go somewhere else. There's no reason for him to go.
Saliba
somewhere
was the
else.
big one.
Don't
Saliba
mess
was
Saliba 2028, man.
huge for me.
Put it in the bag, man.
No, but and obviously you say that because you've heard something.
He
you
don't
know,
trust.
I know
Don't
you got
give
your
him that
ear to the
credit.
ground.
Don't give him that credit, man.
I heard something.
You've heard it.
I've heard it, man.
yeah.
I've heard it, man.
Faisal Grapevine is the worst grapevine.
He got
heard it,
Trent
I've heard
once
it.
and he's never been able
I've
to let
heard
go.
it, man. No.
Disgusting.
My success rate is nice. Konate, I predicted as well, man.
He just
Hasn't
happened
happened.
to be in the same room as someone discussing Trent, and he went,
exactly.
Hey,
hit nail on the head,
I
my
won.
friend.
Give me that one. Wallahi, that came out of nowhere 3
when
years
you
ago.
made that video, I remember being like, there's no way that this has come from you. It has come from, you've heard this
Ain't
somewhere.
no one said nothing to me, Wallah. That was all me. I know you're hating.
You made it up.
You sound like a hater. No, I predicted it.
He spoiled it.
It was a spoiler. Hey, give me my flowers on that one. Certain ones I can't
Give me
lie.
flowers? What are you talking
Give me my
about?
flowers. I predicted from the first minute. Ain't no one. I was there early. I was there 3 years ago.
3 years ago. We were saying on the way in. How many years? It was years ago, though, wasn't it?
Don't even take that. Don't even.
I think it might be about 18 months ago.
Nah, it was
maybe,
a lot.
Maybe
Brian,
2
it
years.
might have been actually 3 years.
Hey.
I think it was 18 months from when it happened.
Now you know what? You came in with agendas, you know. This guy's a hater.
No, fine.
Well, this guy's a hater.
Oh, you still got a video on your channel. Find the video.
This guy's a hater. No. Forget the video. I said on the SDS before I even made my own video. You sound like a hater right now.
Yeah.
Wallah, fam.
Yeah, but
This guy.
Get his ass, Lawrence.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
You made the video
Shut up.
within days of the SDS
I'm not talking
podcast.
to you anymore, man.
It's perfect for an awkward podcast.
Right now it's a Real Madrid Barcelona.
I was gonna say, let's move on to the rest
What was that
of the
tweet?
world
Galactico
segment.
means a galactic sign. I remember that video.
You're so
By
dumb.
the way, for your point, you're saying if Arsenal hold both records, before Chelsea broke the record, it was Arsenal's defensive
it
record.
was.
Yeah,
It
so they
was.
did hold them
What do
together
you say,
at once. man.
reclaim their crown.
If any team can do it,
You shut up.
I always said to it.
Cow walked into the room there.
I've always thought that's the toughest record to break. The 15
Yeah, same.
goals. So if they manage to do that, that's incredible.
And win the Champions League.
And also, by the way, with the disrespect to Arteta, that most people said he was too conservative, and now that conservatism is the exact thing that they're going to win the league with. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That was a big criticism of him,
Yeah.
and that players were like bored and didn't want to play under him. or
I do
whatever.
feel like this season though the shackles do feel a little
Off.
more off,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
off than last season. Yeah,
Even
for sure.
though that isn't causing the most amount of outcome, it still looks like players are
that's
enjoying
not confirmation
it.
biase, but it does
Yeah.
feel like when I watch Arsenal, they do look a little less,
I
a little
agree.
less restricted.
Yeah, I
compared to last
totally agree
season.
with that. Yeah.
Moving on to El Clasico today.
Hi.
Bun all these games, man. We had fun talking about Premier League.
Okay, now's your time.
This is the greatest
Now
game.
talk to me.
Really?
By the way, no. I want to talk about something.
Militao.
You're a Liverpool fan. I saw someone on YouTube, Terry Lewis. He said that
He is on YouTube.
United.
So far, it checks out.
He said that United and versus Liverpool is bigger than El Clasico.
Huh?
I've got a Liverpool fan and I've got a United fan.
Myth, man.
Do you guys agree with that nonsense or no?
Look, Man United Liverpool's
In
a
the
massive
UK.
game.
In the world, he said in the world.
In the world, El Clasico is the biggest game in the world. I would say. Yeah, I don't think it's comparable.
Put in the back.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Well, disgusting.
What we doing here,
No,
man?
I just wanted to because apparently you've been disagreeing with everything I said. Let's see if
Can you
disagree
guys
with
come
this
to
one.
common ground here?
Paranoia is a very real thing.
It is.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, 100%. I think that obviously they've got the two biggest marketing teams behind them in the world, and Real Madrid are absolutely huge.
He started with marketing teams. So, this guy, man.
That's got a point.
This guy, man. No, that's the first one he used, marketing. He didn't even use anything else. The first one to describe Madrid and Barcelona was marketing, not anything else.
Well, mainly just because I believe that the most watched football club in the world is probably going to have the best marketing. Like, you're just going to have the most effective. Like, there's not someone in Indonesia going, I wonder what football they play in Spain. Like, that's not the way it works.
All right, man, ask a simple question, man. You said yes, man. I can't lie, man.
You just wanted me to say yes.
Then, no,
Are you
just wanted
scripting
you-
what guests now say on the podcast?
The way you described
The
it.
way I wanted you to
way
answer that
described
was
it,
actually-
No. It felt like, no. I don't like it. I don't like the way you described it. I don't like
That's the first time I've ever been happy for someone to go, I don't like you. And kind of shake their hand
No,
like they
no,
were
I
like
never said-
60
I never said-
and look away.
I never said I didn't like you. I said I didn't like the way you described it.
Okay. Again, we've got the tapes.
You're a great person.
He looked away when he said that.
Again, no one said that on YouTube ever before. So this is brilliant.
But nah, let's talk about the game.
Yeah.
Let's do, please. That's what
Real
How,
Madrid.
your marketing team during the game, how did they do?
Sure.
Just an older man.
Real Madrid.
He just shushed me.
Real Madrid. Real Madrid.
You two need to get a room.
Real Madrid.
You need to get a boxing room. Right?
Yeah.
Real Madrid. Barcelona. The last time we beat them was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, they whooped your ass, bro. They stole your lunch money 4 different times.
I felt.
Let's call it what it is, bro.
They bought a slingshot though.
Bro.
And they're waiting outside school for them.
Oh yeah, belt to
Thank you.
ass, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
need to paint the picture here, right?
But
You were their bitches last season.
Whoa.
You were. They beat you 4 times in a row.
That is true.
League, Clasico, Super Cup.
Thank you for your input. 4 times.
Their marketing team too beat the hell out of
Incredible, yeah.
That's what if I do.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
go
that
ahead.
was a
Go
big
ahead
one.
now. Go ahead. Have your
It's working
moment.
well now.
But this game was important for so many players, the manager as well,
Why?
because we lost our last 2 big games, Paris Saint-Germain and Atleti,
Yeah.
in bad fashion. There was a lot of pressure on Xabi Alonso. The lineup was calm. Barcelona, they were saying they had injury problems. It was only 2 players.
No, it was more than 2 players. Hold on. John Garcia, Lewandowski, and Rafinha.
Leo wasn't a starter for the start of the season.
Has he been injured?
No, he was healthy. Ferran Torres was a
He was
starter.
coming back, bro.
The Ferran Torres was a starter. They only had
All right, go ahead.
2,
I won't take your moment from you. Go
2
ahead, go ahead,
misses.
go ahead,
We
go
had
ahead.
1 miss.
Go ahead.
We had no right back.
Ferran Torres is not a starter, but okay.
Ferran Torres is a starter since the start of the season.
Liaz, what do you say?
Okay. Both know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm
Move on.
I'm not right. I am starter, bro.
So there was no injury issues. There was nothing. The biggest talking point heading into this game was, of course, Lamine Yamal doing what he did yesterday, which I kind of respected. I don't have an issue with it. But the only thing about it, you have to back it up.
Facts.
This guy's done it twice now against Portugal, against Paris Saint-Germain, 2 L's. He's doing it before El Clasico, and not only did he say. He posted the IG story. He said, "Oh, look what I did last season. I beat them 4-0. He was talking a lot of shit. I don't mind it. I like personality in football, but you have to back it up. He had arguably one. I know he's young. He's 18 years old. This is his worst game I've watched often, and I've watched every single Lamine Yamal game. This is the worst game. He felt the pressure.
I'm not gonna lie, Faisal. I don't agree.
He felt the
I don't think
pressure.
this is his worst game.
What was worse than this?
I mean, the game against Portugal that you just talked about, I thought was easily his worst game.
Club level, Club level for Barcelona.
I think he's
That
had
was-
I think he's had a few poor games this season. I don't think this game, honestly, I think it's added by the fact that he talked all that shit beforehand. I don't really think this was that bad of a game from him, bro.
That
I'm
was
not gonna
so
lie.
bad.
Nah, I think it was a poor performance.
It
But
was
people are acting
so-
like it's the worst performance of all time. I
But
don't agree.
I've got a theory why it was so bad.
Go ahead.
The first half, Lamine Yamal touched the ball very less. And before I get to the Madrid, of course, very few.
Very few still not correct.
Whatever, fam.
Very
Less
little, very
few,
little, very little.
Less
No, just about very little.
Little.
Very little.
Allah,
That's
little,
good.
less.
That's good. Yeah, that works.
Faisal dictionary. I
Very less
promise you,
few.
we will
little.
sell out.
Thank
You
you.
know what he meant.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Lawrence.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Very little.
Corrected him, so I wasn't gonna say it.
Thank you. I realized why.
Why is
There was
that?
a couple times that Koundé looked at him, didn't pass him the ball. A couple times Frankie looked at him, didn't pass the ball. I felt like it was more like the players, his teammates looked at him and said, "Listen, what you said yesterday was too much. You're putting additional pressure on us." And ironically enough, after the game, the assistant manager, again, spitting facts. The assistant manager came after the game and basically said, what Lamine Yamal did, there was too much pressure. He felt the Bernabeu pressure. So what he did yesterday was a bad move. Real Madrid, this is the first time I've seen it. Come on, man. Drake takes, baby. Real Madrid, we absolutely dominate this game. I can't believe it's 2-1.
You lot play like men.
I
It should have
can't
been
believe,
4 or 5.
I
You lot
can't
play like
believe it's
men.
only 2-1. I want to single out. The whole team did well. I want to single out 5 players.
5, so half of them. Okay, go 11. Let's begin.
5 players.
From this lineup, tell me who is the criminal.
No, 5 players.
At this point, who doesn't get
Yeah,
missed?
exactly, yeah.
How long is the video so far?
We're like 2 hours in.
2 hours. Let's
This
make
one
it
was
2
3 a.m.
Let's make it 2 hours. Let's make it 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm gonna give each person 3 minutes.
Damn. You're giving him 3 minutes. Yeah?
Big M.
No. Let's start with
should get your own channel.
5 players. There's a 6. That's 11. No, by the who said half? It's less than half. It's less than half. 5 players.
By
only.
what? I didn't think I had to explain myself.
Bad
there,
English,
man,
good maths. Fair play to you.
Not bad English. That's a bit. But first of all, Eder Militao coming back from a back-to-back ACL and performing the way you did, bro. This guy, before the ACL injury, the first one, he was one of the best centre-backs in the world, 21, 22.
100%.
The way he performed today,
Yep.
my goodness gracious, the blocks. Bro, I
Commitment.
can't lie. I'm going to be real. the 3 best centre back this season: Gabriel, Eder Militao, and Virgil van Dijk. Your man has been calm, but I can't like top 2. It's been Gabriel, Eder Militao has been an absolute unit, fam. The redemption, bro. Hey, it's not easy coming back from the back-to-back ACL.
Honestly, I thought he was finished.
It's not easy.
I thought he was
You said it was finished.
I thought he was finished. Okay.
I mean, it's not an unreasonable thing to conclude on the back of 2. Yeah.
Sorry.
I said this, I thought the same thing as well.
So you were on too.
But the thing is, I read as well somewhere, not a single player, centre-back, sorry, has come back from a back-to-back ACL, especially from both knees, because you lose your speed and your everything about it.
balance.
The second person.
Balance, yeah.
Maybe it balanced out the other, to be fair.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Might be better. He's no, I can't run on either of these.
His recovery. The second person I want to give credit to, Eduardo Camavinga.
Top.
Oh my goodness, man. Listen, a couple of years ago, and last season as well, Edu, when healthy, is one of the most talented midfielders in the whole world.
Agreed.
Top 3, bro. There's no limitation in his game.
Yeah.
He's got every bag possible defensively going forward. People are saying he can't do skills. His technique is not great. Look at what he was doing.
No, his close control is fantastic.
Incredible.
Were people really saying that?
Hey, man, that certain man I'll get to that sits usually in your seat. You might know him.
Yeah.
He's ugly.
That could be anyone on this podcast.
I was thinking. This is an ether, bro. What the hell's happening here, bro?
You come in today on fire.
You guys invited me about 3 years too late. I took it very personally.
Wow. Damn. Blame Sharky, man. Don't blame us.
Yeah, for real. Well, how are we getting here? Tremendous, the third person.
Brother, I'm so happy you said him.
Come
For me, my
on.
man of the match,
Yes.
bro. I'm not going to lie. My man of the match.
So good. There was a couple last-ditch tackles he made, the blocks, the interception, on the ball.
He was a
the ball
rock
playing,
today, man.
how he was passing the ball, distribution. Brother, he's the best defensive midfielder in the whole world this season. And by the way, a couple players last season, injuries, lack of form, Carlo Ancelotti, everyone, they ruled them out. But I said it, Tremeni is still there, the 4th person.
Killy.
Nah, man. Like
I don't even know if he's getting a mention.
the past 9 months, whilst he was injured with his shoulder injury, people saying Vitinha and Pedro is the best midfielder in the world. True. That's fine. They had
You
their
said
little,
Pedro is the best midfielder in the world. You said Pedro is the best midfielder in the
and
world.
other people as well.
Also you.
Many
They stole that tagline.
people.
Have you seen that news reporter? We're looking for a criminal.
King Von says end gun
I
violence.
always said, enjoy that whilst Jude is not at his best level and whilst he's still going with his shoulder. Now look at what Jude Bellingham. For that first goal,
Fantastic.
the way he was spinning Pedro around. Ballerina, fam. The way he was spinning around. Incredible. The technique, the ball retention. People saying he's bad technically. I don't know who it is. But it rhymes with cheeks, biscuits.
That doesn't rhyme with abs.
I don't know. It rhymes with something like that. Wallah, ass biscuits.
That's not a rhyme,
Ass
Mogo.
biscuits. Straight ass biscuits.
It sounds like you're saying ass biscuits.
Ass biscuits. That Jude Bellingham performance, my goodness gracious. Bro, everything. From the assist to the goal, defensively going forward, this is the best midfielder in the whole world. And no one can say nothing to him. But lastly, and most importantly, a man who I was waiting for the game for him to turn up 10 times better. Oh, we witnessed it today, baby.
What? Who?
Vinny Jr.
Wow.
Vinny Jr.
Return.
Vinny Jr. This is prime time Vinny.
I didn't like the way you left the field though.
Yes.
No,
I wasn't a fan of that.
No,
phase
no,
one.
no, no, no.
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be
didn't like
real.
it.
I'm gonna be real. 50-50 on that one. I like the fact he was upset, which I kind of want.
Yeah, upset. Don't leave the pitch though.
No, leave the pitch was a bit
too much, man.
But I like the fact that he was showcasing his emotion. Because why the hell Xabi Alonso take him off? He was the best player on the pitch. Why are you taking him off when it was 2-1? The game is not done. You're bringing in Rodrigo. He did nothing since the 72nd minute.
No, I
Why
agree.
take him off?
I agree.
But
You're
I
frustrated,
agree.
but I
I don't
think
like him
too
going
far.
to the
Your
tournament.
team's winning.
It's too far.
Yeah.
It's too far. But I like the fact he came back. But Vinny Jr.
I'm just gonna stay in the tunnel. But he stays in the tunnel the whole
Yeah,
time. Doesn't come out.
no,
He's getting sacked.
bad-
He wants his
the-
praise.
Huh?
He wants his praise.
Sorry?
He wants his
Oh, yeah,
praise.
absolutely.
Like, yeah, it's
absolutely.
not-
Like, what he did today, that reminded me of 2 years ago, Vinny Jr., that Ballon d'Or season, Vinny Jr.
He cooked
The
Koundé today, man.
He cooked him, bro.
Did
like,
he win the Ballon d'Or? Just checking. Sorry.
I mean, clearly the segment is done, right? As long as you want to talk, go ahead, mate. Go ahead, mate. No. You want to talk about it?
No, you actually rattled him today.
I'm surprised Kylian Mbappe wasn't on that list. I mean,
I love this.
You're surprised Kylian Mbappe was on that list?
yeah, wasn't on that list.
Of the 5 players.
Yeah.
So Kylian Mbappe today, that's fine. It's a good question. I'm gonna tell you
disallowed.
why. Kylian
Just a
Mbappe
goal.
had a goal disallowed.
Yeah.
Missed a penalty. Missed other 2 1v1 chances. Scored a goal which he should have scored, which is a great goal.
But he still influenced the game.
But it was a great game. But the other 5 players was way better than him. The other 5 players had more impact towards him. The other 5 players contributed more, especially the 3-man midfield, Eden Militao and Vinny Jr., who was a better player. Mbappe was incredible.
I don't think I've ever seen a player with more disallowed goals
Then Mbappe.
against one team. Than if his goals stood, I think he would have 20 goals in 2 years against Real Madrid.
Over the
Barcelona.
past-
It's insane.
By the way, the
It's
offside was like.
marginal. But
I
last year,
don't, for me, it didn't even look offside.
it was
really.
marginal.
It
By the
was
way,
like a shirt.
last season, the first game these guys played, he was offside 13 times against
Yeah.
Barcelona. It's insane.
That
bro.
was one of those that was a big social media moment when he was
Bro,
offside that
yeah,
much.
it
I
was
couldn't
like-
believe how much that was.
Yeah,
made
but
of
the
that.
problem is Barca's still playing their system like they're gonna do
I
it
think
every
Faisal,
single time.
as much praise as Real Madrid deserved today, I think Hansi Flick, bro, the talk has to be about him.
Nasty.
Bro, I actually don't think there were that many bad Barcelona performances individually. I don't think. I thought Frankie actually played a pretty good game.
Nah, I thought the midfield got absolutely dominated physically.
Physically,
they did,
but,
yeah,
but also
yeah.
Like those 3 that you mentioned,
they were much better.
bulldozed
They were much
Pedri
better,
and-
but I don't
and
think.
Frankie.
For me, that's an exaggeration. I don't think Pedri played a good game, but I wouldn't say it was a horrible game from Pedri. I think Frankie played a pretty solid game. I think Rashford and Balde were the only threat really for Barca. I think Koundé and Ferran were really, really bad. But I think the biggest criminal for Barca today is Hansi Flick. I think he set his team up to fail, and the problem is. Everyone knew it was going to happen. Going into this game, we all said, if you play the way you did against PSG, against, was it Valladolid? Sevilla.
Girona.
Was it Vallecano that they came back from? If you play that way against Mbappe and Vinicius, they will shred you to pieces. And it could have been 4 or 5. And I think the thing with Hansi Flick, right? It's a very high risk, high reward style, right? You have the best attackers on the pitch. You're going to play high. You're going to concede chances, but you're going to outscore the opposition. It's Russian roulette.
Yeah.
But you're playing Russian roulette now against a full gun, a full clip, bro. And your gun is empty because you're missing 2 of your 3 attackers. This was kamikaze for me, man. And I think we all love Flick for the way he plays, and it's successful. But there has to be moments where I think you manage it a little better, bro. Give and take a little bit. But with Flick, it's all take, no give.
I do agree with that.
He had 2 bad moves. Starting Eric Garcia and Arujo was a bad move because Eric Garcia, as good as he is on the ball, when it comes to his speed and physical attributes, Arujo's a much better player.
Yeah.
His second bad move was starting Ferran Torres. He wasn't 100%. You could have started Casado with more defensive security and have 3-man midfield to counter Real Madrid's 3-man midfield. He didn't do that. So tactically, it was a bad game for Hansi Flick, but doesn't take anything away from Real Madrid, who...
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
we should have won the game 4, 5, or 6-1. We missed so many chances.
And I think the more importantly than that, bro, you kept them quiet.
we kept it quiet.
Barcelona didn't this is the best attacking team on the planet based on how many goals they scored. I think they had more than 1 XG. Like they were kept relatively
their
quiet.
only chance in the second half was a
Firmino.
pass was a Koundé.
Firmino as well, too, I think, should do
the
better than
Firmino
that.
one,
Yeah.
and
And
Koundé
Koundé.
receiving it with a bad control. Other than that, wow, what a performance! What a performance from Real Madrid.
5 points clear now. Is that
5 points clear, and
I always feel like the El Clasico's pretty much decided titles.
no.
never know.
Last year we were 7 points clear and we lost it. At Barcelona, we're 8 points clear. They won, of course, but they lost the lead. Atleti start the year 2025 was 7 points and they lost it. So 5 points means nothing. 5 points means
La Liga myths?
Huh?
La Liga myths busted.
Yeah,
Yes.
it means nothing.
Let's move on from.
Doesn't Alonso just deserve a little bit of credit? Sorry.
Massively.
Oh, massive
Yes.
credit.
Oh,
yeah.
Massive credit.
Yeah.
Because this game he was so under pressure. Because if he had gone 0 from 3 in his big game so far as the Madrid manager,
I think first Clasico even, bro. You can
first
say
clash,
about big.
a lot of eyes would have been on you. And already he's been getting criticised from the media on X, Y, and Z. Why are you dropping Vinny? Why are you doing this? Why are you taking Odegaard off? Like, if he had gone 0 from 3 in his first 3 games, that would have been a bad move. But one thing he did tactically amazing was starting camp. Arda started, but everyone thought he was going to start on the right-hand side. He put Camavinga on the right-hand side. To
Yeah, it was
basically
a really good
neutralize Balde from
Which
overlapping.
works. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing move. Like Xabi Alonso tactically spot on today. Spot
Agreed.
on.
He knows his squad much better now.
No.
Yes, I hope so. I mean, the 11 that we saw today,
That should be the 11
I
going
better
forward.
see
I think,
this the same.
I think
11.
that 4-man midfield, because I think the one thing with Madrid this year, the balance for me at times, I'm questioning it a little, but I think that 4-man midfield today, with the way they were all interchanging, Camavinga and Jude, that's the way forward. I think.
what
for
would
Madrid.
happen
Yeah.
though when Jude comes back fit. So.
But I think Camavinga, Jude was always going to play. I think the right-hand side is the issue of Real Madrid, right? Because Franco Mastantuono's played sometimes.
Yes.
He doesn't see Rodrigo as a right winger at all anymore. Brahim can play on the right.
Brahim.
But Camavinga is not someone I think anyone really expected to be an option we've seen him play everywhere, but not as a right winger. So a good move from
Mr.
us.
It makes it like
now
an
the
extended
interesting-
midfield.
Yeah, but now the interesting thing, this is the biggest question mark. Come next month against Liverpool and the other games, Trent is back, Carvajal is back. Fede's been playing as a right back.
He's been played really well today, by the way.
Amazing as a right back. Now, Fede is not going to be playing as a right back he's going to be moved because Trent Carvajal is going to be back. If Fede is moved, who is he dropping out of the
He
four?
plays the Camavinga role today.
And that's the thing. Are you dropping Cama when Camavinga's been playing amazingly? Are you sacrificing Arda? This is where the question mark is going to be.
Sacrifice Arda.
This is
Trent
around.
won't play at
babes.
Anfield.
Huh?
But
Trent won't play at
Arda's hitting the bench.
Trent will play at Anfield.
Do you think?
He will.
Why do you not
He-
think so?
Well, I just think it's smart to take him out of the limelight. There's no reason to do that.
He came back to training yesterday.
He'll want to play that
He's playing.
He'll be dying.
I mean, he'll be dying in the sense that if Liverpool are poor, he wants to go back and show, I was right to leave or whatever.
He's
But
back.
I'll be interested to see if they play him there. I think I'd be interested to see what happens at Anfield.
He was going to play today, but he decided the team decided against it. They want him ready for 14 days from now. He's definitely playing against Liverpool. There's no way after all the abuse that you guys gave him, you as well. Yeah.
I don't think you'll see me finding Trent. I think I made one joke about Trent in that whole time, and I literally
It was a
flagged it straight
bad
away.
joke as well.
What was the joke?
What was the joke?
I read it.
Right? You read it? What, in an article? What was it?
It was a
Read
bad. It was a bad joke.
You read the joke
It was
from a video
bad.
maker.
It was a bad joke.
Bad joke.
Sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
bad. It was a bad joke. Like honestly, the behavior that you guys, disgraceful, man. Like,
I don't want to hear that from you, bro.
You think Liverpool fans genuinely?
You telling anyone policing how they treat their players, by the way. The guy who compared Mbappe to Lacazette last season. I don't want to hear that from you, huh? You are slick. You are slick, my brother.
I'm motivated him. I'm motivated him.
Genuinely, you think Liverpool fans behave badly?
Towards Trent?
He's an
Yeah.
absolute troll, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Which bit?
He gave you everything and you guys are crying and bitching about it. The fact they left. Come on, bro. He gave you everything, bro. Just let him leave. Wallah.
He clearly didn't give us everything.
Why not?
Because look at him in that last season. He's not giving us everything in that last season.
Come on, man. He gave you every title, bro.
I think you were one of the people on this table that said you didn't think he was very good last season. You
I
agreed
agree.
with us.
I agree. But I said he gave you everything in terms of trophies. He gave you every single possible trophy
He
you
did,
can
but,
imagine.
but the point is that last season we did need Trent in some of those big moments, and he didn't step up for us.
But guess what? You won the league. Let
yeah,
it go.
but we wanted to win more than that. We felt that we could have challenged on more fronts.
Hey, Salah should have turned up against PSG then, man.
Salah should have turned up against PSG, but if maybe Salah would have turned up against PSG if Trent had also stepped up against PSG.
Trent
because
did
that
play
rounds
very
up-
well against PSG. That second leg, Trent played well until he come off.
Lawrence, you should.
Hey, Trent played well second half.
I was
show
at
your
Anfield.
knowledge.
I was at Anfield.
Trent
for
played
that
Show
well.
game.
your
Trent played
knowledge.
game, that game.
He might be a Liverpool casual.
I'm
you
not.
know?
I think you gotta be honest here. Trent played well in the second
Hey,
half against PSG.
hatred.
And then he had to come off injured.
He played
That's-
very well
I think that was-
against Paris Saint-Germain. What are you talking about?
a bit on this side.
This guy's a troll, bro.
He's an absolute troll.
I'm more interested in you lecturing Liverpool fans about how they should act.
100%.
Even that, bro,
Grow
he's
up,
trolling.
man.
He doesn't give a
on,
shit.
I don't
You can't be the one to say this, bro. You're not. I don't.
Scouser. Come on, bro. Let it go, wallah.
Mate, if you're going to say Scouser, you've got to say it correctly. You can't say Scouser.
What is it? Scouser? What was it?
Say it in a Liverpool accent.
Scouser.
That's not the worst thing he's mispronounced.
No, I know, but
I was gonna say this can't be where the line is strong.
it's not. It's where the line is beginning. That's not it. I'm never sure where it gets to.
Listen, let's wrap up the European segment anyway with some You are so dumb. With the SDS Reddit segment, and this is where you guys in the community get involved. Make sure you're following the Reddit community on Reddit. Yes. I don't know how many more times I was going to say that.
Lawrence came with smoke today.
Total Campaign.
He came with
These names on Reddit are
smoke.
always so hilarious as well, right? He says Rafinha is more important to Barca than Yamal.
That's crazy.
I don't agree.
Who said that?
Total Campaign 5742.
What's his name?
Total Campaign 5742.
Tell him to shut up, man.
Now,
Pure scholar.
As a community, you're so important to us.
I hear him though. The one thing I always say on these
That's
Reddit
a
segments,
very reactionary
they
take.
grill us for our takes, but then when they come on with their Reddit takes, we can't reply back.
That's a very reactionary take.
hey, have you seen this guy on the calling show? Oh, he
he-
replies back, bro.
Wallah, man. I don't
He
care.
runs like a dictatorship. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, oh man.
Hey, man.
Pure Scholar says Arsenal will be
History
the
of-
worst title winner since Leicester.
And we say this, I feel, every year with
wait,
the
what's
gets
that?
run out.
Pure Scholar.
What do you say?
I agree with his
Sorry,
with a
were
name like
Leicester
that.
bad title winners?
No, I think is that people don't look at them as like, oh, the respected champions.
lost 3 games that
They
year, by
only
the way.
won
But they
it.
weren't. They were really very entertaining team. Yeah, they were really entertaining.
I think their whole thing is like, oh, Leicester, it was a bad Premier League season. The competition, if they had played in like 18-19, for example, would they have beaten that City? But they can only play against who they're up against. And they lost 3 games all season.
They won the Premier League. That's not...
I don't know. I feel like whenever a team kind of runs away with it, we say, oh, it's a bad Premier League season. Like,
yeah.
I think there's more nuance to it than that.
Border Puzzle Head says, to any United rep on the table, is it safe to say that Matthias de Ligt is creeping into the current top 5 centre-backs combos?
In the Premier League or in the
I think he's talking Premier League. He says
he's not playing in
Saliba,
Europe.
Gabriel, and VVD.
I can't lie. You know what? I like you.
You are fair weather.
I like you.
Saliba, Gabriel, and VVD are the clear top 3.
I was going to say it's technically right, but fair enough. We don't qualify.
He also says it, P.S. I have no association to the name Reddit gave me. So apparently these names are just being given by Reddit.
Maybe Reddit just gives you like fake names.
Random names?
Yeah, random names, I think.
So who are the top 5 that
He said basically Saliba, Gabriel, VVD are the clear top 3.
I'd agree.
But he goes, who's chatting to him in 4 and 5?
I like Romero a lot. Romero for me is in my top 5.
Sure.
Gay, he is really good. I mean, on current
Konate?
form, I like Konate, but this season clearly he's not in that conversation.
Not as good as
I think this year you could make the argument De Ligt is top 5 for sure. Yeah. Overall, when everyone is playing at their absolute apex, maybe there's a few guys, huh?
Senesi from Bournemouth, he's been having a great season.
Good defender. I mean, last year he didn't even start for them though. Like,
but
I think this season I would give De Ligt top 5. I think I would, but overall, I think there's a few names he's competing with.
Fairs. Careless Vanilla 836 says Real Madrid's best performance this year and Barca's worst, and they win 2-1 at home. People need to chill. This is very similar to when Arsenal lost 1-0 away to Liverpool a couple of weeks ago. People are realizing how massive it is to be missing a player who gave you 65 GA last year with 7 GA in 4 games against Madrid. Rafinha is the one who presses, runs in behind, allows Lamine to pick him out in the box. Also, Lua offers something completely different in the air than Ferran, which we saw was Madrid's biggest weakness against Atletico. Good win for Madrid, but this Barca team will look very different when everyone's healthy. Pedri is being milked like Gavi.
The scoreline doesn't do it justice, bro. The score doesn't do it justice. Like, it was 2-1.
I think that's the difference between Arsenal and Liverpool. That was a much closer game than this one.
2-1 Liverpool also. Arsenal were, way too respectful of Liverpool. And arguably Liverpool were way too respectful. Such a different balance in that game.
Big respect off.
It was a complete delay. Like, we had a missed penalty, a disallowed goal, so many 1v1 misses. Like, how are you comparing it? Like,
I think Real Madrid could have genuinely won this game by 4 or 5.
Yeah. Interesting Beyond 97 says Kirkus performance has validated the point that the fullback position can no longer be filled by an athlete. The profile of being an elite athlete or a wingback in the back four hinders the team's performance greatly and is one of the primary reasons why Liverpool's build-up has been immensely poor. The best left-back in the world, Nuno Mendes, Alphonso Davies, Balde, are all elite athletes but have insane technical ability that allows them to play complementary football. Kirkus has proved over the past few weeks that his technical ability is not up to the standard, and that's why VVD can't trust him to hold his own with the ball at his feet. He also lacks the defensive IQ for being a wing-back, to understand when to go forward and when to track back. I think this is the primary reason why midfielders and centre-backs are being pushed to the fullback position and why the athlete fullback has gone extinct. Liverpool's best option is to invest in 2 centre-backs in January and switch to a back 5 to get the best out of Frimpong, a world-class wing-back, and Kirkes, who's brain dead.
Hold on, Frimpong is a world-class wing-back.
I'm just reading the words interesting beyond.
Is Frimpong not also an athlete, right? Or why are we acting now like Frimpong is all of a sudden some... Frimpong's fast as hell. Why are we pretending that...
fast, but I don't think that's the only aspect to his game. I think he's got some real technical...
I wouldn't call Kirkes an athlete either. Like,
no.
For me...
Also, Kirkes
read almost... Alphonso Davies is an athlete. Like, why are we acting like these guys are not athletic? I would say Alphonso Davies is like Nuno Mendes level of technical ability.
But Kirkes last season knew exactly when to go and when to stay. That was kind of the whole point of that Bournemouth team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think his technical ability is clearly there. It's just that he's misapplying it and he's clearly mentally struggling to step up at the moment. But I don't think that makes him a bad left.
I felt like in the first couple of games, though, he was almost trying to do too much to try and impress. And it's like you're overcompensating. Just breathe.
I think concentration is a real issue for him, but I don't think that makes him any less of a left back. He was clearly responsible for Liverpool's first conceding off the long throw.
I kind of heard him until he brought the Frimpong point up. I'm not going to lie, man.
It was cooking. He's cooking.
I
definitely agree, though. The fullback role.
Refine that point.
I don't think fullbacks have ever been asked to do more than they are in the modern game. I definitely agree with that. But
you could expand it.
The examples I don't necessarily agree with.
You could expand it out to more midfielders and make like your midfield wider. But he's right. You'd need the back 3.
Yeah. Dramatic Ad 2799 says Pep needs to understand the level of quality that is present in the squad right now does not allow us to have as much flexibility when it comes to the lineup. Chopping and changing the midfield constantly while also keeping the informed players out of the starting 11 just isn't working. And it reflected today against Villa. Haaland and Donnarumma carrying from both ends of the pitch was going to catch up to us as well. So we needed to establish our strongest 11 if we want anything from this season. Fully agree with that.
They definitely need to consolidate their team and the squad.
Yeah. Well, listen, SDS Reddit comments, that is all. That is all from the podcast this week as well. Lawrence, appreciate you joining us. Incredible debut.
Good duel, honestly. What are we scoring that, judges?
Sofa score or
about, like in terms of a fight. What are we scoring that?
I'll give that a 10-9 to Lawrence.
10-9 to
Really?
Lawrence.
I think
10-9
you're just
to
trying
Lawrence.
to bait him there.
Yeah.
10-9
No,
too.
being genuine.
9-2.
9-2.
He comes in with a couple of uppercuts.
10-9.
No, I'm not talking about the Real Madrid score at Anfield. I'm talking about...
Yeah, unfortunately, man. It's okay. It's okay. You
That's
can't
a
win them
close
all.
fight.
You won Madrid today, but you didn't win the war.
I only really make jokes around people I feel comfortable around. So, if I thought you were an idiot, I just would have sat
No,
there
I
and been
like
like,
you.
oh,
No,
well done,
Lawrence.
you.
Honestly, you are a very respectable person. I like you. And you know what?
You shouldn't have treated me that way during the podcast.
No. And listen, this is all part of the banter. That's
exactly.
why I would have never done it if I felt like you couldn't take it.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what? You're a great person.
Yeah, you too.
I say shake it out.
Shake
Try
it
and shake it
That's
out.
the episode on here.
Shake it out.
That's it,
right.
guys. We will catch you guys on the
yeah.
next episode. Let us know your thoughts in the
And for
comments.
the 1%ers as well too, give us a score line as
Yeah.
well too. Don't give any context. Just say 10-9 TKO.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
it.
And also
Yeah.
say, Lawrence, don't come on against me.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Your wish is my command.